Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is story about what if Naruto is a prodigy in class and in Team 7 Uchiha Sasuke is not happy about his skills and claim part 1 before I start. Please do support for more amazing content and comments for part 2. Do consider to subscribe my channel and share my video to your friends and check out the description as well. Let's start the video. Uzumaki Naruto was standing in front of the ninja academy. At that time he was just 7 and ready for anything. His hair was blonde, spiky and with 2 bangs framing his face. Think Minato. He had deep blue eyes and whiskered cheeks. He was wearing a black t-shirt with an orange spiral on the back, symbolizing the Uzumaki clan, orange pants and blue shinobi sandals. All in all he looked exactly like the 4th Hokage. It was his first day at the academy and the ceremony was about to start. He walked in quietly and shyly, taking a seat beside a boy with a pineapple ponytail. He smiled excited, but as shy as ever. "Hey, I'm Naruto Shikamaru, you?" The newly dubbed Shikamaru asked, whilst Naruto turned his head around smiling a nervous smile and then answering, "Uzumaki Naruto." Smiling they got to know each other better and Naruto also met in Akimichi Choji, Inyazuka Kiba and Aburame Shino. Turns out he got along pretty well with all 4 of them. "Boy. Hinata, over here." Kiba yelled, calling a shy cute girl over. She blushed noticing all 4 were staring at her and walked over to them. "Ohio, Kiba-kun, Shino-kun," she said with a low voice playing with her fingers. "Nice to see you again, Hinata. This is Akimichi Choji, Naruto Shikamaru and Uzumaki Naruto," Shino said introducing each boy at the table. "Ohio, I'm Hyuga Hinata," she said smiling at the 3. Choji and Shikamaru greeted whilst Naruto was staring until a hand slapped him at the back of his head. "Stop staring at her," Kiba said overprotectively. Naruto scratched the back of his head before shyly responding. "Sorry, I have it with staring at pretty girls." Smiling nervously he looked over to Hinata who were now blushing madly. "Oh, right here, take a seat," Naruto said standing up allowing her to sit down where he sat. "Look who's the ladies' man," Kiba said looking at all the girls who were staring at Naruto. There sat on the middle table in the whole class, a blushing Uzumaki, a blushing Hyuga, a half-asleep Nara, an eating Akimichi, a bored-looking Aburame and a laughing Inyazuka. "Sorry, I don't really talk to people often, so I don't really know what to do or say," Naruto admitted, blushing. In the background Naruto and the others could hear whispers like "Who's the hunk? He's such a gentleman and even I wouldn't mind getting that all to myself." Hearing all this Naruto blushed even more. "Arigato Naruto-kun," Hinata said smiling a shy smile before sitting down. Naruto, Kiba and Shino sat behind Hinata, Shikamaru and Choji when their new sensei came in smiling. "Okay class, I am Yamino Iruka, your sensei. You may call me Iruka sensei or Yamino sensei if you wish," he said smiling at the class. "Now let's start with introducing ourselves, only have to tell us about your name and dream," he said pointing to a raven-haired boy. "I'm Uchiha Sasuke, my dream is to surpass my brother," Sasuke said, "An. This is before the Uchiha massacre." The round went to a pink-haired girl. "I'm Haruno Sakura, my dream is to haven't thought about it yet." Then to a pale blonde, "I'm Yamanaka Ino, my dream is to surpass my father." Then a certain dog boy, "I'm Inyazuka Kiba and this is Akamaru, my dream is to become a great shinobi with Akamaru by my side." Then Aburame, "I'm Aburame Shino, I don't have a dream," he simply said. Moving on to our favorite blonde, "I'm Uzumaki Naruto, my dream is to become Hokage and protect this village no matter what the situation is." After that it was Hinata, Shikamaru and Choji. And the rest of the class finished quickly. "So, I want to know if any one of you knows what a ninja's life energy is?" Iruka asked watching a few students raising their hands. He looked at Naruto and motioned for him to talk. "It's called chakra, it's the energy a ninja needs when performing a jutsu. That energy has 2 parts. The body energy there is in each of the billions of your cells and the spiritual energy gained through training and other experiences. These 2 types are combined, so by bringing out and releasing chakra, you can use a jutsu. This is done through performing seals with your hands," Naruto explained with a gentle smile. "That's correct, Naruto. Good job," Iruka said happily. "We're friends with a genius Shino," Kiba said elbowing Shino, whilst Naruto blushed faintly by the praising. Lunch break, Naruto was walking out alone looking for his new friends. That thought made him smile. "Oh Naruto," Kiba yelled waving at Naruto. He looked over at his direction seeing Shikamaru, Shino, Choji, Kiba and Hinata sitting on the lawn. Naruto ran over to them smiling like never before, sitting down talking small talks with them. "So, Naruto, how do you know so much?" Choji asked munching on some chips. Naruto had answered all the questions in class and were now seen as a smart guy. "I read a lot. It sort of gets stuck in my head after I read it," Naruto answered smiling faintly. "You mean like a photographic memory?" Shikamaru suggested. "No, more like me arresting this information making me the jail." Naruto grinned. "Boy, Naruto, all the girls are looking at you, you need a haircut," Kiba said. Naruto looked around and indeed all the girls were staring at him, making him blush bit by bit. He looked over to the raven-haired boy who dubbed himself as Uchiha Sasuke. The thought of someone having the rest of the girls' attention made him sigh in relief. "Sorry, Kiba-sen, I like my hair and I'm attractive," Naruto bluntly said. "Show off." "Hinata, want to exchange?" Kiba asked holding an onigiri. But Kiba-kun, I only have onigiri," Hinata stammered. Naruto packed out his lunch, about to eat when getting interrupted by a drooling dog. Feeling pity for the dog, Naruto sat his bento box down and smiled. In the box was teriyaki chicken and rice. The others looked at him and he just blushed at the attention. "Sorry, wasn't I supposed to do that?" he asked looking down at Akamaru. "You gave up your lunch for my dog?" Kiba asked, then walked over to him handing Naruto an onigiri. "I like you, man, you're my new best friend," he continued as Naruto grabbed the onigiri. Kiba sat down next to him, still noticing all the girls staring at the gentle blonde. Akamaru ate happily Naruto's lunch, barking at the taste. It was good, of course. Choji and Shikamaru were staring up at the sky watching clouds. Kiba was talking about him and Akamaru's adventures. Hinata was listening to Kiba, Shino played with a bug or two, and Naruto was blushing at all the attention and looks he got from the girls. "Shino-san, why do you like bugs so much?" Naruto asked, smiling at the silent boy. "Bugs are misunderstood creatures, always seen as disgusting and ugly. I see them as fascinating and strong creatures." "Why?" "Because they take care of themselves at a very young age, proving to us that we are the weak ones." Shino answered, sounding like he had it under control, which he did. The break was now over and the six friends walked in again. "Okay students, now let me see how good you are at Taijutsu." Everyone knows what that is, right? For those who don't know, Taijutsu is hand-to-hand combat. No Kenjutsu, no Ninjutsu, no Jinjutsu. Understood? Iruka asked, looking his students over outside the academy. "Hi sensei." The children confirmed. "Good. First pair, Uzumaki Naruto and Uchiha Sasuke," Iruka announced whilst the two boys got over to the field. "Now that you're here, make the symbol of combat, it's the proper protocols," Iruka said, showing them the sign. Naruto and Sasuke both made that sign and began. Naruto swung low, landing a kick in his stomach, only for Sasuke to fall over on his hands and quickly get up. Sasuke then sent a barrage of punches at Naruto, but he dodged them all except one, hitting him in the jaw, making him fly a little up. When Naruto was flying a little, he took the opportunity to kick Sasuke in the head, sending him to the ground. Now Naruto was standing over Sasuke with a fist only inches from his face and a smile when he realized he won. "Winner Uzumaki Naruto." Naruto stood up, listening to the fangirls squeal and yelling his name. "HN, lucky shot." Sasuke defended. "Actually, you lack of speed," Naruto said bluntly, not realizing what he said until he replayed it in his head. "DRR, that's it. From now on you are my rival." Sasuke yelled out, obviously angry. Uchiha-san, I'm sorry, really." Naruto raised his hands and surrenders. "No. You are my rival and we shall stay like that." Sasuke yelled out again, totally out of character. Naruto gulped, a little nervous to how Sasuke's fangirls would react to it. He held out 2 fingers in the sign of harmony, and so did Sasuke whilst growling. Naruto stepped over to his friends again, with his head down. "Great fight, man," Kiba commented. "Very strategic," Shino said. "Gee, great fight and Naruto-kun." Hinata blushed. "Thanks." Naruto smiled at his friends, looking over to the now fighting ones Shikamaru and Choji. Sensei." Choji looked at his sensei. "Yes Choji?" Iruka asked. "I really don't want to beat up my friend," Choji said, smiling. "That's not what we're doing, Choji. This is a traditional shinobi spar," Iruka explained, holding his tablet. "Even the Hokage and his friends did it to get stronger." "It's okay, I lose by forfeit. It's too troublesome anyways," Shikamaru stated. Iruka sighed. "He got no drive at all. He'll be a genin forever," Kiba said bluntly. "Not necessarily, why?" "Because he may live a very long life and things." Shino got interrupted by Kiba's annoyance. "Don't be such a nitpicker, man." Naruto could only sigh at his friends. "Stupid Shikamaru, he's the troublesome one, and Choji's spineless," Ino exclaimed. "Ino-chan, you know them?" Sakura asked. "Yeah, our parents." "Fine, Shikamaru, Choji, the symbol of harmony," Iruka said, moving on to the next one. After the matches, Iruka began telling the students about their abilities. "Okay, the best fighter I'll have to say is Naruto. Congratulations Naruto, you thought about your moves, and when Sasuke thought he had you there you surprised him with that kick. Sasuke, don't underestimate your enemies, they might come back and bite you in the ass." "Sakura, Ino, you both need work and to take this seriously or else you'll die on your first mission." "Choji and Shikamaru, there comes a time when you'll have to fight someone dear to you, for the sake of the village, keep that in mind." "Shino, you showed good strategy, but you lack of power." "Kiba, very good, but you need a brain, an. So random." Hinata, pretty good, the best girl till now. The list went on and stopped when he was done and the bell rang for them to go home. In other words, I'm lazy. After school outside. See you guys tomorrow. Naruto said, waving at the 5 others before splitting up. Yup, today was awesome, so much acknowledgement and so little time through. It's kind of embarrassing how all those people stared at me. Hinata-san is so adorable, Uchiha-san is scary, Kiba-san, Shino-san, Choji-san, and Shikamaru-san are great, Yamanaka-san and Haruno-san are pretty scary when they want to be. Naruto thought on his way home. Boy, Gaki. Don't show off too much, the villagers would only hate you more for being dangerously strong. Kyuubi warned. I know, Kurama Ai. But I don't want to be dead last. What am I going to learn today? Naruto said, sounding like an awesome dude. How to take a nap. Lie down on your couch and fall asleep, then wake up later same day feeling like shit. Kurama lectured. The grandpa it is. Naruto then ran off to the Hokage tower. At the old man's office. Jai-san. Naruto said, looking around. Ah, Naruto-kun, come here for a moment. Sarutobi said, motioning for him to come over. Aji-san, I want to talk about my first day. I made some new friends and some new enemies, so awesome. Naruto exclaimed. Well, Naruto-kun, sounds like you had a great day. How was the teaching? Easy, I'm number 1 at everything already, but I want to graduate at the same time as my friends. Tell me about your new friends, Naruto-kun. The Hokage said, smiling. Shino-san is really quiet but deep when it comes to his bugs. Choji-san eats a lot but has a good heart, he sees underneath a person, not outside. Shikamaru-san is really lazy but funny at sometimes. Kiba-san, I think that dude is crazy, he scares me. Hinata-san, at this Naruto blushed. Is very adorable and kind and pretty and strong, really a lovely girl. Seems someone has a crush. Sarutobi teased. And no, Jai-san. Naruto blushed like crazy. Oh please Naruto-kun, you'll realize it and stop fighting it when you get older. Kurama Ai taught me how to take a nap, Naruto, and the Hokage sweat dropped at this. Interesting. At Ichiraku's ramen stand. Gucci-san, large miso ramen please. Naruto ordered, sitting down on the chair at Ichiraku's ramen. Humming right up, Naruto. How was your first day at the academy then? Tucci asked. Awesome, I made some new friends and I'm the smartest in class. Naruto bragged. Nah, Naruto-kun, don't brag. AM said. Sorry AM-ni-chan, it's just great to be acknowledged. He said, smiling, warming. Though, I could avoid the stares from the girls, it's scary. Beware of the fangirls, Kit. Kurama teased. Naruto chuckled in his mind at the comment. I got you to save me, right Kurenai? Of course Kid, always. Naruto finished the ordered ramen and the 13 others and paid. He then went home to get some rest. Guess I'm going to try that nap thing out, ni Kurama Nai. Wahahaha. Good luck Kit. Kurama laughed a little and took a nap. 5 years later at the same academy, the same class, and the same characters. Naruto now wearing a blue hoodie jacket with a red spiral on the back and short sleeves, a dark orange t-shirt, bandages to his elbows and blue loose shorts to right under his knees, shuriken holster on his back, kunai holster wrapped around his right, tight blue shinobi sandals and a hitai around his forehead. Walking in the class he immediately saw Hinata sitting between 2 other. He sighed in irritation. These past 5 years got Naruto to realize that from the day he met her, he loved her. He walked over to sit down a seat away from the Uchiha. Morning Uchiha-san. Naruto greeted, smiling. HN. Sasuke responded. He's still mad about 5 years ago and the most embarrassing thing a month ago. At that thought Naruto choked on his own salvia as he coughed. All the fangirls looked at him worried. Now Naruto blushed at the attention. You can't expect them to forget. The 2 hottest guys in class making every fangirl's dream come true. Yes, exactly. Yaoi. Kurama teased. Demon illusion, flashback no jutsu. Naruto ran to class, today they had Taijutsu exam. The sparring partners were based on strength, so Naruto knew he would fight one stronger or weaker. Of course it had to be weaker, he was the strongest after all. At the thought of fighting Sasuke again he looked down on the ground. In class he spotted his friends talking without him. Morning guys. He greeted, sitting down next to Hinata. Ohio, Naruto-kun. Hinata greeted. Naruto, who was very impatient, immediately pulled her into a hug. Hina-chan. He said, smiling into her neck, unaware that she just fainted. Outside the academy it was time to spar. Are you alright Hina-chan? Naruto asked. Why yeah, I'm fine, Naruto-kun. She replied, smiling. Good, I thought I just killed you there. Naruto sighed in relief. Uzumaki Naruto vs Uchiha Sasuke. Haruka called up. Crap, he's going to be after me again. Naruto then walked up to the field, smiling gentle in hope that would calm him down. I'm going to win this time, Uzumaki. Sasuke declared. I already said sorry the last time Uchiha-san. Naruto reminded. Don't care. Fight me with all you have. All? I don't want to kill you. That's it. Die Uzumaki. Sasuke called out, running towards him aiming a kick in his stomach, only for Naruto to dodge by hopping in the air. Sasuke then aimed his kick a little higher hitting Naruto on the leg, making him fall to the ground whilst pulling Sasuke with him. That moment every girl screamed at them, with hearts in their eyes Sasuke and Naruto landing lip-locking. Kai. Naruto yelled pushing Sasuke away. Uchiha-san, that kiss was reserved. Do you think I wanted to kiss you Uzumaki? Sasuke defended. And you pulled me down with you. Be damn you. That kiss wasn't yours. It never happened and we'll never speak of it again. Naruto finished. Deal. Sasuke agreed. They now looked over to all the girls, who still had hearts in their eyes. Looking over at the boys, they laughed their asses off. Hinata standing there like an outsider were wide-eyed and gaping. Hina-chan, Naruto whispered. I swear it didn't mean anything Hina-chan. Then Naruto-kun, I didn't know you and Sasuke-kun swung that way. She assumed blushing. The HH. Sasuke and Naruto yelled looking at the poor girl. Huh? Sasuke wondered about that enormous killer intent directed on him, looking over to the boy on the ground next to him he just found the source. Uchiha-san, I'll kill you. Naruto dangerously whispered. After a while Sasuke's head was in the ground and Naruto had cleared the misunderstanding to Hinata. Demon illusion. Kai. Don't remind me, Nai-san. Naruto shivered. Boy, Naruto. You should give up on him, he'll never become human. Shikamaru said from behind. I know but Naruto was interrupted by two fangirls running through the door. First. Naruto heard them fighting until they came over to the table Naruto and Sasuke was sitting at. I want to sit between them. The girls in class yelled but quieted down when Naruto raised. What if I move, Uchiha-san sits in the middle and two lucky girls can sit next to him. Naruto suggested smiling at the fangirls, who were either fainting or blushing by his smile. Now seeing that he couldn't get any answers out of them, he decided to speak. Okay, that's how we do it. Now what about those two girls sitting next to Hyuga-san? Come on, don't be shy. He said making them move away from the place, but seeing that Sasuke wasn't willing to cooperate. Uchiha-san, what about you move to the middle or I'll sell you to the Hot Springs female department. Naruto dangerously whispered. Sasuke knew when he said that, he didn't joke, so he moved at place letting the two girls move around him. Naruto smirked whilst looking at Hinata. I'm a genius. He thought moving quickly to one side of Hinata. Hina-chan, how are you? Naruto asked hugging the girl. And Naruto-kun, I'm fine thank you. How about you? The shy Hyuga asked. I'm fine now. I get to sit beside you now, I'm happy. Naruto hugged her tighter, making Hinata blush deeply. Boy, Naruto stop hug rape Hinata. Kiba commented making Naruto blush deeply. My intentions are pure Kiba-san, I decided to wait with stuff like that until I get married. Naruto replied mentally adding with Hina-chan. After a moment or two, Hiruka came in with a smiling face. Okay students, from today off you're officially genins. Meaning, you're the lowest of the lowest after academy students of course. Now to pronounce Rookie of the Year with a total score of maximum points, the Rookie of the Year is Uzumaki Naruto. This got Naruto's attention and the fangirls who squealed, people congratulating him, ignoring the killer intent the raven-haired boy sent to the blonde. Huh, I'm that good. Awesome. Naruto bluntly said. Congrats dude, you deserved it. Kiba congratulated, while Shikamaru, Choji, Shino and Hinata agreed. Thanks guys. Naruto replied smiling gently. Okay, quiet down. I said quiet. Hiruka yelled using the big ass head jutsu. Now, we have to go over the teams and we'll start with team number 1 Naruto zoned out. Hina-chan, I want to be with Hina-chan being with Hina-chan without pure intentions at that thought Naruto choked on his own salvia stupid thought. Don't listen to the other side of you Naruto respect Hinata-san. Kid, check out her knockers. Kurama teased. Nai-san. You perverted idiot, don't think about Hinata-san like that. Naruto scowled. Now to Team 7, Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto's thoughts got interrupted and he immediately looked up. Uchiha Sasuke, thud, was the sound of two preteens slamming their heads down on the table and if you looked closely all fangirls perked up already praying to Kami-sama to be on that team and Haruno Sakura. Now everybody went deaf cause of the Kunoichi celebration and once again Naruto and Sasuke's head was in the table. Teammate, Hyuga Hinata, Naruto again paid attention to who he was going to beat up to switch team, Inyazuka Kiba, Hiruka, then got interrupted by Naruto tackling Kiba, who was sitting in front of him. Switch with me. Naruto demanded. No, I'm not going to be with the breeding bastard. Kiba replied. Switch with me or I'll kick your ass till next week. What happened to the shy genius I knew 5 years ago? I want to be on the same team as Hinata-san. I thought your intention was pure. It is, I want to be with her. At this point Kiba knew he wasn't talking about the teams. Get off of me Kiba growled quietly, looking at their position. Kiba had his back on the ground while spreading his legs and in between said legs was our favorite blonde leaning over. I knew you were gay. At least I'm Seam. Naruto scratched his chin nervously while being pushed away by Kiba. As I was saying, Iruka started whilst Naruto and Kiba took their seats again. The last and third member of Team 8 is Aburam Shino. Naruto jumped Shino's way while saying his name in a happy-go-lucky voice. While still in the air saying his name, Shino turned around and with a cold voice, "No," was heard. Naruto hit the ground in front of him, crying and I'm waterfall tears. Why? Naruto asked, still crying waterfall tears. As Kiba said, why? Because Sasuke is really a breeding bastard and Sakura is a mere fangirl. You can't work with them. Shino said quietly. Great, I'm with apparently my rival, as he put it so nicely, and a fangirl. I'm not going to be strong, I'm not going to be Hokage, and I'm not going to protect my precious people. Naruto cried, walking over to his seat with a dark atmosphere around him. Team 9 is still running, so Team 10, Yamanaka Ino, Nara Shikamaru and Akamichi Chouji. 3 thuds were heard coming from said preteens banging their head in the table. Okay, that's it for now, eat your lunch and come back to meet your Jounin senseis. The lunch. Naruto was walking down the road with a bento box in his hands when he caught Sakura sitting being all depressed. He walked over to her and without her noticing it, he sat down next to her on the bench. Something bothering you, Haruno-san? Naruto asked, smiling politely as Sakura looked up blushing madly. And no, Naruto-kun, or yes. Sasuke-kun can't seem to accept that we're a team now, we have to get to know each other. Sakura replied, sighing in depression. Nah, Haruno-san, we can always get to know each other now. What's your hobby? He asked. I like reading and do it a lot in my free time. What about you? Sakura replied, smiling. In my free time I usually trains, read, hang out with my friends, cooking. Naruto hold out his bento box in front of her. You want to taste? I've never got any critic, especially from Kiba-san's dog, Akamaru-san, man he loves it. He grinned, making Sakura blush. He's so charming. She thought. Shanro, I think he likes us. Inner Sakura exclaimed. Sure, I would love to taste. Naruto took out some chopsticks from God knows where, giving it to Sakura, smiling. She took a bite of the food and felt like in heaven. It's really delicious, Naruto-kun. Naruto smiled at her before his eye caught Sasuke's. Uchiha-san came to join us. We are getting to know each other. I came to tell you, you shouldn't get in my way when we're a team. It would only be bad for you. Sasuke calmly said whilst directing a little amount of killing intent to Naruto. Sakura and Naruto saw him walk away. Naruto lowered his head, making his bangs cover his eyes. What did I ever do to him? He sighed. After lunch. And Naruto-kun, are you alright? Hinata asked, sitting next to Naruto whilst waiting for their senseis. He looked up at her, blushing like crazy at the way she stared at him. He coughed to sound more normal. I'm fine, thank you for worrying, Hinata-san. He said, putting a hand on her shoulder, still blushing. That's good. Good luck with your team, Naruto-kun. She gently smiled at him, seeing he was gone. She looked for him only to find him in a corner with his knees to his chest and his arms around his knees whilst rocking back and forth at a medium speed. Are you mocking me? He asked. 3 hours later, all the teams in Iruka was gone except Team 7. Whilst Sasuke was brooding, Sakura was complaining, Naruto took out a scroll and began writing some seals. The other male looked over at Naruto whilst raising an eyebrow. Naruto looked back at him, smiling gently. I'm from the Uzumaki clan, we're masters over seals. He said, still smiling. He looked back down to draw the rest of the seals, and when he was done, Naruto bit his thumb till it bled, doing some hand signs and whispering something about seal art. He ran the bleeding thumb across the seals, and up came a box. Naruto opened it and got some chopsticks from God knows where, and he began to eat from the mysteries box. The doors to the classroom opened and out came a silver-haired man. The only part of his face you could actually see was his right eye, the rest was covered by a Hittite and a mask to the bridge of his nose. My first impression of you guys, the files must be fake. The mysterious silver-haired man said whilst his right eye met every person of Team 7. Meet me at the roof in 5. He then poofed away. Let's go. Naruto said, leading the team. At the roof. It took you quite a while. Their sensei commented when the 3 walked in. It took you longer just to get to the classroom. Sakura complained. Well, let's start with introducing ourselves. Tell me about your likes, dislikes, dream hobby. Something in that direction. The unknown sensei said. I'll go first, I'm the stranger in this team. I'm Hada Kakashi, I dislike, I didn't have a dream, I had a nightmare last night. I got a lot of hobbies. The 3 genin sweat dropped, all thinking the same. We only found out about his name Sasuke, and Sakura thought. I need to get a mask like that. Our favorite blonde thought. Okay Blondie, you're up. Kakashi said, pointing at Naruto. Oh, I'm Uzumaki Naruto, I like training, reading, ramen, cooking, Karaman Jai-san and hi. Naruto trailed off, blushing madly. I dislike not much really, my dream is to become Hokage and protect this village from any danger possible. My hobby is training, reading and cooking. Naruto grinned. Interesting, Pinky. Kakashi motioned for Sakura to start. I'm Haruno Sakura. I like glancing at Naruto and Sasuke. I dislike Ino Pig. My dream is to glancing at Naruto and Sasuke again. Whilst Sasuke twitched in annoyance and Naruto looked confused. My hobby is reading. Ready? Kakashi pointed to Sasuke. Name's Uchiha Sasuke. I don't like anything. I hate everything. I don't have a dream but an ambition. I'm going to restore my clan and kill a certain someone. Sasuke said, holding his arms folded in front of his face so only his eyes are visible. Naruto gulped at the last sentence. Kami-sama, help me. He thought, hiding his face behind his bangs. Looks exactly like Minato-sensei. Cute Sasuke looks like Fugaku-sensei. Kakashi thought while making his trademark eye smile. Okay, my cute little students. I'll see you tomorrow for some survival training. Remember now, out of the 27 who passed only 9 will become Genins. The odds are 66%. Right now the odds are against you. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, I almost forgot, don't eat breakfast, you might puke. Kakashi finished and transported away with a puff. Did he mean that? Naruto asked. What, the rookie of the year is scared? You don't deserve that title. Sasuke said, walking away. He still hates me. See you tomorrow, Haruno-san. Naruto said, jumping off the roof, landing on another. Nai-san, any advice? He asked. Eat breakfast, kid. Kyuubi advised. No shit, Sherlock. Naruto thought sarcastically. The next morning it was time for the test. But where to meet? He realized that their sensei never told them where to meet. Oh, well, to the Hokage Tower. Naruto thought. And after an awesome superhero scene shift, Naruto was at the entrance of the Hokage Tower. Naruto walked through the entrance and went on through the hallway, which was until he bumped into someone. He fell on the poor person he bumped into. Opening his eyes, he saw Lavender staring at him and a dark crimson face, looking like a blush. His eyes widened as he saw it was none other than Hyuga Hinata. He blushed as he realized that he was still on top of her. He jumped up, bowing his head deeply. Sorry, Hinata-san, sorry. I was in a hurry, I guess, he apologized. And Naruto-kun, it's okay, we didn't see where we were walking. She replied, blushing madly. Naruto stuttered, gulping soundlessly. She got soft skin. He mentally noted the feeling of it. Got to save that felling in the Hina-chan is lovely folder. He thought, smirking on the inside, blushing on the outside. What are you doing here, Hinata-san? He asked. I was just handing in a report for my father. I have to go, have a T-team meeting. She replied, walking by, waving. Odd, Hina-chan, you're going to be the end of me. Moron, do you enjoy talking to yourself? A familiar voice asked, making Naruto jump. Uchiha-san, Haruno-san, do you guys know where we're going to meet Haddock-sensei? Naruto asked. Yes, training ground 7. Come on, moron. Sasuke replied, walking off, followed by Sakura and Naruto, who were muttering something under his breath. He still hates me. Training ground 7. 3 hours later. Naruto was playing with a leaf, Sakura blushing thinking about her and the 2 boys on their team, and Sasuke was brooding like always. Uchiha-san, Haruno-san. Maybe we should get some training in before Haddock-sensei comes and work a little on our tea, Naruto said before getting interrupted by a poof of smoke. Standing there was their beloved sensei. Yo. He greeted. You're late, Haddock-sensei. Naruto simply said. Ma. Sorry, but Superman called, he needed my help with Lex Luthor. The team sweat dropped at the bad apology. Kakashi took out an alarm and 2 bells. He sat the alarm on a log and sat it until noon. He held out the 2 bells, making them all look in wonder. Here is 2 bells. This bell is set to noon. Those of you who don't get a bell will be tied to one of those logs and fail this test, which means you will be sent back to the academy. Also, if none, 1 or 2 get a bell, the 3, 2 or 1 of you will watch me and 1 or 2 eat lunch. Get it? I didn't get the last part, Naruto replied. Those of you who don't get a bell will not get any lunch. Kakashi answered. Oh, good thing I ate breakfast. Naruto grinned, but that whipped away when he heard 2 stomachs rumbling. Sensei, I'm going to kill your kid, sorry. Kakashi thought, twitching his right eyebrow in annoyance. Okay, on your marks, get set, begin. Kakashi yelled, watching his 3 students disappear fast. But Naruto. I have to get that bell, wait, what, how are we going to fight a Jounin alone? We are barely Genins. Are they brain dead? Naruto thought. He looked down on the tree he was in and smirked. Their lovely sensei was in a bad position. But Sasuke. Getting that bell, winning against a Jounin, I'll become stronger. I have to get a bell. Sasuke thought, looking for openings, but sadly it wasn't his lucky day. But Sakura. Damn, I'll never get a bell. The 2 hottest guys in class, Sakura thought, I have to get a bell. Inner Sakura exclaimed. With Kakashi. This is going to be fun, 2 prodigies and a brainiac. Let's just hope they'll figure it out. At this point, Kakashi was brought out of his thoughts when a strong wind blew a bunch of leaves in front of him. Out of that bunch came a person rising, a person who we all know as Naruto. Oh, that was interesting. Kakashi thought, taking his fighting stance. Haddock-sensei, I'm not here to fight, but to find out how can a genin take down a jounin, Naruto asked with a serious face, and why would you put us on teams if you wanted to put us against each other? But observation skills, I'll give you that. But I'm not here to talk, I'm here to test you. Kakashi said, taking once again his fighting stance up. Hi, Naruto said, and with a hand moving up a large bundle leaves gathered as a whirlwind around him. Just to tell you something, I got the upper hand. And with that a little bunch of leaves gathered as a circle around his hand. He was spinning it around really fast, adding wind chakra to it. Wind style. Spinning leaves. He yelled and threw the spinning leaves circle. On its way to Kakashi, who dodged it and found cover in the trees, the spinning leaves cut off trees standing in its way. Kakashi's eyes widened. How the hell can he control leaves? His thoughts were interrupted by a loud leaf coffin. The leaves wrapped around Kakashi and with a leaf funeral. He was crushed. Naruto's eyes widened. But he was happy about this, his sensei just used substitution jutsu on him. Where is he? Naruto thought, looking around suspiciously. He then heard a loud yell of fire style. Fireball jutsu. And an idea struck him. But Sasuke, where is he? Up, he looked up, right, left, behind. Nowhere. Not even below. Boy, Uchiha-san. Naruto yelled, running towards him. What, moron? Sasuke asked. I've a plan, come on. Naruto said, grabbing his wrist and pulled him with him. But Naruto and Sasuke. What? Sasuke asked. It's a simple plan. You go fill Hiruno-sen in, I'll look for the perfect timing. Naruto explained. Who made you team leader? The Rookie of the Year status did. Naruto answered, grinning. But Kakashi, where are they? They should fail by now. He thought, and a moment after Naruto and Sasuke was there, standing side by side. Wind style. Spinning leaves level 2. Naruto yelled, throwing in the spinning leaves. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. Sasuke yelled, forming the hand signs, and out came a fireball from his mouth. The spinning leaves suddenly expanded to a larger circle of leaves, and behind came the fireball, creating a bigger and stronger jutsu. The Uzumuchi. Combined plasma. When the flames and smoke was gone, the place where their sensei should be was empty. Did we overdo it? Naruto asked. No, that was perfect. Sasuke smirked. Below you guys, a voice coming from below was heard. Earth style. Two hands grabbed the two boys' legs, headhunter jutsu. The voice finished, pulling them down so only their head was showing. Up came Kakashi, smiling his famous eye smile. He was bending behind them, looking down on them. You should have seen that coming. He said, hearing the bells. He turned around only to find Sakura holding the two bells, smiling. Great job, Hiruno-san. Naruto complimented, still in the ground. Can somebody get us up? This is embarrassing. Sasuke complained, hearing Naruto laughing. After a while at the logs. I got to admit, you three worked well together. And in the end you got the bells. Kakashi started. I guess I have no other choice but to pass you guys. Thank you, sensei. Naruto politely said, standing up and bowing his head. You're welcome. Although Naruto, I'll see you at the Hokage Tower later today, and Sakura, Sasuke, I'll see you two tomorrow morning at 7. Same place as today. Funny. We're Team 7, we're going to meet at 7, on Training Ground 7, funny. Naruto unintelligently thought. Hokage's office. Naruto, please explain the leaf control Kakashi-san just told me about. The third ordered, watching Naruto gulp nervously. I kind of found a way to control it when I turned 8. I didn't use it in the academy because it might have hurt somebody. Naruto answered. How do you control it? The old man asked. The way I control it, I found out when it was impossible for me to make a bunshin, that my chakra coils were too great, if you could call it, that I was training all night at the training grounds that were surrounded by trees. I saw the leaves and read about elemental chakra control some days ago, from that day I at the training grounds. The day I read about that, I found out that my type was wind and began training with leaves at the time. Figuring out that wind chakra gave the leaves reactions, I thought of making leaves a weapon by putting in wind chakra in every coil of the leaf and began training at that time. Naruto started. Also with the help of Kurama and I passed with the clone jutsu by using leaf clones, it's in my files. Naruto answered, smiling. That's right, Kit. I'm just awesome that way. Kurama bragged whilst Naruto was being interrupted by a loud. I'm taking your hat today, old man. Naruto looked in the direction of the voice and saw a kid tripping over his own scarf, falling face first to the ground. Ouch, the little boy whined. Naruto went over to the little boy. You okay? I don't think you should attack Hokage so recklessly. Naruto explained. Next time, I'll help. He grinned. The boy looked up at his smiling face and narrowed his eyes suspiciously. You tripped me. Didn't you? The boy accused. I was way over there, kid. I'm Uzumaki Naruto, what about you? Naruto politely introduced, whilst smiling a smile that could put the fourth Hokage's pretty face to shame. Why you don't know me? Naruto shook his head as a way to answer. I'm Sarutobi Konohamaru, the third Hokage's grandson. You're going to treat me with respect. The boy bragged. Konohamaru like the village, nah? Naruto asked. Konohamaru-chan, Naruto-kun treats everybody with respect. Even his enemies. Hiruzen informed his grandson. Naruto scratched the back of his neck in embarrassment. Hokage Jiji only happened once. He defended. Sure it did, Naruto-kun. The third rose from his chair. It's been an interesting conversation, but I have a meeting with the council. He sighed in defeat. Those people got me wrapped around their little fingers. I have to go too, I'm hungry and I haven't cleaned my apartment for a while now. Naruto said, leaving the room. Jai-chan. Uzumaki Naruto, isn't he the prodigy the council and you always talks about? Konohamaru asked. Yes, he is Konohamaru-chan, the smartest boy since the fourth. Hiruzen answered. Who knows, maybe he'll even surpass me. But Naruto. Why do I feel like someone is watching me? Oh right, Sarutobi-san. Naruto thought, looking behind only to find himself chuckling at the pathetic try of Konohamaru trying to disguise himself. Sarutobi-san. What do you say I'll teach you something about disguises? He offered. Oh yeah. Konohamaru yelled, falling face first to the ground. In the forest. Let's do this. What are you going to teach me? Konohamaru yelled eagerly. First, when you're hiding, keep it down. Second, be one with the surroundings, don't let your chakra give yourself away. You'll be gone. Naruto started. When a camellia camouflages themselves they think of color, we ninjas have to think of our chakra. It's a dead giveaway. He finished, and 2 hours later, Konohamaru was beaten. My head hurts, you used too many words. Konohamaru whined. Thanks for the training, Aniki. Naruto's eyes widened slightly. Aniki, nah. You're welcome, Ataudo. Naruto grinned. Naruto spotted a midnight blue color and stared at the person with a blush. Konohamaru seemed to notice this and looked at the same direction. A person, a girl to be exact, midnight blue hair, lavender-colored eyes, wearing a hit-8 around her neck. The girl's was none other than Hyuga Hinata. Gotta crush their knee, Naruto Nai-chan. Konohamaru teased. And no. And have some respect for your Aniki. Naruto yelled, hitting the poor boy on the head. Hinata looked over at the yelling and motioned for her team to go over there. Naruto, of course, noticed this and blushed deeply. Naruto, you idiot, we've been looking for you. Did you pass? Of course you did, it's you. Kiba said very fast. Kiba-san, Shino-san, Hinata-san, how are you guys? Naruto asked, smiling. We're great. We just passed with Team 10. So we're going for some barbecue with Shika and Chaoji, which brings us to you. Want to come? You can bring the brat. Kiba asked, smiling goofily. Sorry Kiba-san, the brat has to go home. Oh sorry, not a brat, he's a good kid. Sorry Oda-too. Naruto explained, scratching his head nervously. You called me a brat, Aniki, I'll tell Jai-chan. Konohamaru threatened. No, don't come with us then. Ataudo, this is my friends from the academy, Hyuga Hinata, Aburame Shin and Inyazuka Kiba. Pronounce them politely, will you? Naruto said. Hey, I'm Sarutobi Konohamaru. Pleased to meet you guys. Konohamaru politely said. Great to meet you too. And don't listen to the geek of a brother you have, no need to be polite. Kiba said. Let's go, Shikamaru-kun and Chaoji-kun are waiting for us, right and now. Hinata stated. Right, let's go. Kiba announced. At the barbecue. Remember Naruto, be a human for once, we're your friends, you don't have to be all polite. Kiba said. Sorry. Naruto muttered. Hey guys, good to see you here. Who's the brat? Shikamaru said, turning his head to Konohamaru. Why do people keep calling me a brat? Nai-san, kick their asses for me, will ya? Konohamaru asked, with puppy eyes. Will you? Naruto corrected. You're not my mother. Say it. Naruto demanded, releasing a load of killer intent, scaring the boy. Sorry Nai-san, will you? Konohamaru stuttered, frightened. Good boy. Naruto praised, ruffling his hair. Scary, the 5 other newly genins thought. Inside the barbecue restaurant. Order pork. Lots and lots of pork. Kurama demanded. Pork, lots and lots of pork, Naruto said, sighing in defeat. Okay, lots of pork apparently. Shikamaru teased. I'm very hungry. How's Yamanaka-san? I haven't seen her in a while. Naruto asked. She's feeling better after finding out she was the most active and she just pronounced herself as team leader, troublesome woman. Shikamaru muttered whilst Chaoji just chuckled. How's the Uchiha and the Banshee? Kiba teased. Naruto sighed. Uchiha-san hates me and Haruno-san worships me. Dude, tough luck. Having so many girls wanting to be with you, I pity you. Kiba again teased. I only need one. Naruto said, smirking and looking over at Hinata's direction. Hinata blushed heavily at his starring and turned to Shikamaru for a subject shift. Shikamaru looked down at her to find her with puppy eyes. He muttered a troublesome and changed the subject. Sometime after. And then Jai-chan told me that Naruto Nai was a super prodigy, as smart as the fourth. He also told me that Aniki will be able to surpass even himself. Konohamaru finished talking. That's true. Kiba said. Couldn't agree more, why? Because Naruto is as smart as the fourth was at his age. Shino said. And Naruto-kun is amazingly smart for a b-boy our age. Hinata stuttered in agreement. He'll become a great Hokage if he doesn't die first. Shikamaru replied. Exactly, I don't think he'll die before becoming Hokage through Shikamaru. Chaoji muttered. Eyes, you're embarrassing me, Naruto muttered, blushing like mad. After Barbek. Hamonatato-chan, I'll take you home. Naruto offered. Hi Aniki. Konohamaru eagerly jumped over to the prodigy and walked beside him, talking on the way to Konohamaru house. See Aniki. Konohamaru said, walking to his house but being stopped by a killing intent. You? See you? Naruto corrected. Konohamaru gulped, see you Aniki. He then ran in. Naruto smiled a bit and thought for a second. I should be meaner to people, apparently they do as you say when you're being all mean. And you wonder why I'm mean to you, stupid brat. A dark voice sounded. Still do. And I still wonder if you have ever said anything nice to a person. Nope, I call the sage of the six paths for an old man. I think he hates being called that. Kurama sighed. Tell me about the other Bijuas. Are they friendly? Bwahaha. Good one brat. We all chose the wrong path. The paths the old man told us not to follow. The path of hatred. Just because you're big, an animal and have more than one tail, doesn't mean we're demons. We have souls. Kurama complained, whilst Naruto just chuckled. It's been a month since they officially became genins, been on 7D rank and 1 long C rank. First time they met the old man they had to protect on the C rank, he didn't even believe that they were ninjas. But of course when Naruto stood up to the demon brothers, he proved a point. Demon illusion, flashback no jutsu. Team 7 was walking down the path, surrounded by the threes. Naruto tensed at the uncomfortable silence. Have you ever heard of an Onbit? It's supposed to be a mythical creature, Naruto asked, breaking the awkward silence. They all looked at him like he was crazy. Just trying to come up with a conversation. The blonde boy explained. They walked past a puddle and Naruto got that feeling he was being watched. Sensei. His sensei gave him a look saying I know everything you do and don't. Naruto stared at him for a while. Okay. Naruto looked down on the ground he was walking on. Hinata-san. His thoughts were interrupted by a loud shriek from his pink-haired teammate, Kakashi sensei. She screamed. Naruto turned around facing 2 Kiri ninjas. Great, just our luck. Naruto jumped into the air, with leaves flying around him. He collected the leaves into little tiny balls, adding wind chakra making them stronger. Wind style, leaf cannon. He yelled, sending the balls against the Kiri ninjas by motioning his hand, all fingers pointing at them. They managed to hit the gauntlets they wore and hurt the legs of the one with 2 horns on his hit I-8. Maizu. The one with only 1 horn yelled. The newly dubbed Maizu was on the ground in pain after the ball hit his legs. Gozu, finish the job. Maizu yelled in pain. He held onto his hurt leg standing up again, but this time he couldn't move all that well. The newly dubbed Gozu went after the bridge builder but was stopped by the outstanding and awesome Kakashi. Standing in his I am awesome stance, he looked at Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura. Good job Naruto. Kakashi praised. Soon after, the 2 brothers were tied up against a tree and Kakashi looked again on his students. Naruto, have you been holding back? He asked the now blushing preteen. No, yes Naruto stuttered, still blushing. Good job, Naruto. Naruto now smiled. Thank you Haddock sensei. Sasuke glared at Naruto and Sakura had hearts in her eyes at the smiling boy. Demon illusion, Kai. Naruto was walking home from training when he heard a scream. 5 minutes earlier. Sasuke and Sakura were walking home from training. Sakura following Sasuke and Sasuke brooding all day. They stopped up as they noticed a box in the middle of the way. That's an idiotic disguise. Sasuke muttered. When the box heard this it exploded. What do you mean idiotic disguise? The boy with brown hair yelled out asking Sasuke. You answered brat. 2 other kids were there too, the one yelling out to Sasuke was Konohamaru, the 2 others were his friends Yuden and Mogi. What you duck butt hair? Who do you think you are? My Nai-san looks better than that and he's blonde. Konohamaru yelled. Suddenly the air fell with 100 degrees and not from the cold aura around Sasuke, but Sakura. Oh Kaya. Konohamaru yelled running as fast as he could, he didn't even look where he ran, so of course he ran into a guy cosplaying as a cat. You little brat. Look where you're running. The cat cosplayer scowled, picking Konohamaru up by his shirt in a threatening way. Nai-san. Nai-san. Where are you? It's now I need you. Konohamaru yelled, out in panic. Kankuro stop it, he said we shouldn't do anything stupid. The sand blonde girl said to the cat cosplayer, or the newly dubbed Kankuro. Tamari he's not here, is he? Kankuro pointed out. A burst of powerful wind with leaves involved in it came to the rescue of the poor boy, Konohamaru. The leaves teleported a person, standing there with arms folded, deep blue sapphire-like eyes narrowed and a frown on his face, his blonde hair blowing in the wind, as did his blue hoodie. Let the kid go. His voice sounded dangerous, but also gentle at the same time. How it also sounded gentle, better not ask. Nai-san. Konohamaru sighed in relief. Who's the show-off? Dude, if you think you can scare me away with that little killer intent, get back in line, I've tried worse. Kankuro bluntly said, but regretting his words when the Kai became even more deadly than before. Kankuro could see his life disappearing one by one until he let go of the kid. Oof. Konohamaru groaned. Nai-san, you came to rescue me, Naruto Nai. He came with an waterfall tears. Of course, Atato-chan. That's what I'm here for. Also, Naruto started looking up at the ninjas in front of him. You're guests in this village, if you don't behave I won't hesitate to kill you. Naruto looked down at Konohamaru and went down to one knee to his height. You okay, Konohamaru-chan? Konohamaru nodded. Good to hear. Naruto then eyed his arms. You got bandages since last time I saw you. Konohamaru looked at his hands and smiled a big and shiny smile. Yes. I want to be like you. He exclaimed. Oh, then he saw Mogi and Yuden having the same bandages. Well, I use these bandages to cover up the wounds I get from training. I don't want them to get infected. He then looked at Sasuke and Sakura. Hey, what about you? Me and your two friends go out to buy us some fingerless gloves, Atato-chan. Naruto suggested, smiling at the Hokage's grandson. Sweet, you're the best, Nai-san. But after we play ninja, you promised we'll play ninja together. Konohamaru looked at Naruto with puppy dog eyes, which he could only chuckle off. Alright, after we play ninja. Naruto said, patting Konohamaru's head. What kind of ninja plays ninja? Sasuke asked, looking at the blonde in disbelief. The kind ones. Naruto answered bluntly. I feel left out, maybe I should kill them and get it over with. Kankuro muttered, taking the thing on his back off. Kankuro, stop it, you're an embarrassment to our village. A red-haired boy from the trees said, before teleporting through sand to the ground. Gee, Gaara. Kankuro stuttered. I didn't even sense him. Naruto and Sasuke thought. Suddenly Naruto felt his stomachache. Shukaku, Kurama explained. Naruto's eyes widened as his looked with Gaara's, whose eyes also widened. One-tailed raccoon. Kurama, Yahoo. Shukaku's voice sounded in Naruto's and Gaara's heads. Shukaku, weakling, how are you? Kurama asked. Who are you calling a weakling? This is why I hate you. Kurama always believed that the number of tails represented the strength of a Biju. Kurama Nai. Are you fighting in my mind? Naruto asked in disbelief. Who are you? Gaara's voice intruded Naruto's mind. Uzumaki Naruto, who are you? Naruto answered. Sabaku no Gaara. Get out of my mind. Gaara mind complained. Kurama, break contact now. Naruto ordered. But Kurama got interrupted. No buts, now. The mind connections were now over with and Naruto turned back to leave. Konohamaru, Mogi, Yuden. The Chunin exams are here, be careful. Naruto warned. He had met Mogi and Yuden before with Konohamaru. It was right before he left for the wave. Sasuke and Sakura just stood there, all blank. At the bridge, Sakura and Sasuke had waited for a long time now with Kakashi. Naruto finally came. You're late, moron. Sasuke pointed out. No shit, Sherlock. Naruto replied with a duff face on. He was really depressed, he had just met another Jinchuriki and Kurama had driving him crazy about it all day. This is your fault, Kurama Nai. Naruto accused. Well, anyway, back into why you're here, I've assigned you 3 to Kakashi started. The Chunin exams, big shock. Naruto finished. Gee, what got up your ass, Naruto? Kakashi joked. Naruto twitched with annoyance. Shut up and give me the application paper thing. He said, unintellectual, as he took the paper and went home. What just happened? Sakura asked. Naruto was tired and when he was tired he got angry. He got depressed, he would do anything to just fall asleep right there on the spot. Tomorrow was the Chunin exam start apparently. Stupid sensei, never giving them the right time. Is Hinata-san going to anticipate? If she does, will she be okay? If not, I'll kill those bastards who hurt her, he thought, while sending a huge amount of dark aura. Next day. Naruto ran to the academy. Today was the Chunin exams. As rookie of the year, he was representing Konoha's rookie 9. I have to be great, I have to be as great as I was at the Genin exams top score. Oh yeah, I am so out of character. He thought. His eyes landed on some pink and blue Uchiha-san, Haruno-san. He yelled, running to them. Sorry about yesterday, I wasn't in the best mood. He apologized. It is okay, Naruto-kun. Let's just get going. Sakura suggested. Hi. They walked into the building. Naruto felt something was up but continued to walk to second floor. Was all that came out of his mouth, seeing a bunch of Genins in front of a door with numbers 302. Isn't this only second floor? He asked his two teammates, who nodded to him. You want the honor, Uchiha-san? Naruto asked smiling. HN, why not? They walked up to the two people guarding the door. If you can't see through a low-level genjutsu like this, you shouldn't be here taking this exam. Sasuke calmly said. Every genin looked at Team 7 as if they were insane. Naruto just waved at them whilst smiling. A few girls blushed. Well, there weren't that many girls, so yeah, a few. Demon illusion, false surroundings, no jutsu, am I right? Naruto asked the two guards, who nodded, dispelling the jutsu. Seems like we have some clever genins this year. Although which one of you is the rookie of the year? We saw the other two rookie teams pass by, and none of them was the rookie of the year. The one with the bandages asked. Him. Naruto answered, pointing at Sasuke, who just stood there with a WTF look when Naruto pointed at him. Moron, what are you talking about? Sasuke asked in disbelief. In wave tree climbing exercise we made a bet, you won. Our favorite blonde replied. Demon illusion, flashback, no jutsu. Well, as Naruto probably knows by now, Zabuza is alive and I have to train you next time we face him. Kakashi bluntly said. So the training is chakra exercise, you have to climb a tree without using your hands, like this. He formed a seal, sending chakra to his feet. He went for the tree supporting up against some crutches. He climbed the tree without using his hands, just like that. At the end he was on top hanging from a tree branch. Amazing, chakra can be used to other things than just jutsu. Naruto muttered so low, they couldn't hear his unintelligent mutter. Kakashi explained what to do, how to do it. Sakura did it easily, and Naruto, as polite as he is, he praised her. It was now only Naruto and Sasuke left in the forest. Naruto felt awkward. He glanced at Sasuke and decided to help, winning his friendship. Oi, Sasuke. Sasuke turned to him, want to make a bet? Naruto had now caught Sasuke's attention fully. What kind of bet, moron? Sasuke asked. The first one finishing this exercise gets to be rookie of the year. Naruto offered. Sasuke smirked his creepy-like smirk, I actually love it, it makes him look out. And nodded in agreement. Deal, get ready to lose your title as rookie of the year, moron. Naruto just smiled. Demon illusion, Kai. Sasuke just remembered right. I won that bet, didn't I? Naruto just nodded. Well, let's go. Wait. A lavender-eyed guy yelled. If I remember correctly, the rookie of the year was a no clan named Uzumaki. He started as Naruto looked down on the ground. No clan. Did whole Konoha already forget about the Uzumaki clan? You're an Uchiha, you can't be rookie of the year. He finished. To my defense, the Uzumaki clan had their own village. Naruto muttered. I won't call that a no clan if I were you. His voice rose a bit there. Say that again and I won't hesitate to kill you. He was now sending a lot of Kai at him, only to scare all the other genins. Uchiha-san, Haruno-san, we're leaving. Naruto went ahead of them. They were quite stunned at that sight of Naruto, but they catch up eventually. At the front of the door to the first exams, they met Kakashi. Yo, he said, reading his perverted book. Glad to see you all showed up. Now get in there. He finished and poofed away. Let's go. Naruto said, opening the door. They were stunned at first. The room was filled with so many genins from all over the hidden villages. What catch their attention the most was the dark aura filling the room. It depressed Naruto, and he didn't want to go into depression mode again. Sasuke-kun, Naruto-kun. A loud squeal caught their attention. Yamanaka-san, Naruto said, before getting tackled to the ground. Hey Yamanaka-san, I don't think this is the time to do this. He pointed out. You can call me Ino, Naruto-kun. She said seductively, with one hand on his shoulder and another running through his jawline. Oh, trust me, he won't. Sakura said, sighed in frustration. Naruto got up fast and held his hand down to Ino. She grabbed it without a single hesitation. Naruto scanned the room and finally found what he was looking for, a midnight blue beauty. He smiled softly at her as she blushed. Oh aheo, Naruto-kun. The beauty said, waving her hand. At seeing her hand, Naruto, as fast as the light, grabbed it, looking down at it and in her eyes all the time. What's this? He asked, worried. Her hand was all scratched, wounded, marks over it and all that. Naruto took his free hand in his shuriken holster and took out a new bandage. He had just bought some blue gloves, matching his jacket with Konohamaru, Mogi and Yuden. Hinata-san, you shouldn't train that hard if you don't wrap it up. He said as he wrapped her two hands in some bandages. She stood there, frowning and blushed at the sight of her hand getting wrapped in some bandages. There, all done. He said, with a tint of worry still being there. Kiba-san, Shino-san, we guys have to talk, he demanded. Sasuke at the sight thought of what had happened in Wave and the fight with Haku. Sasuke, POV, demon illusion, flashback, no jutsu. There in my arms was a dying Naruto. The moron, my rival, my teammate, the only person I actually trust. He was coughing up blood as he looked at me, his body full of senbons. Naruto. I whispered. Sasuke coughed. I have a last request. He coughed again. A last request. What? Tell Hina-chan. His voice began to die slowly. Hina-chan Hinata. Tell Hina-chan, I love her. My eyes widened, I couldn't say that I didn't know, I just didn't know that it was so serious. My eyes softened as his closed. I will honor your request, Naruto. Demon illusion, Kai. Normal POV. Hey, keep it down here, can't you sense the tension in the room? A silver-haired man said. They're all after the rookies and you all just showed them who you are. He customized his glasses. Now you just put yourself in danger anyway, because I am so nice, I'll share a little information with you. He took out a bunch of cards and went down to the ground. Any request? He asked. The rookies looked at each other before Naruto decided to speak up. Sabaku no Gara of Suna. You know his name? Aw, no fun. He said, my name's Ikushi Kabuto, by the way. Okay to Sabaku no Gara, he's yours. Age, mission status, C rank 8, B rank 1. Wow, a B rank mission is a genin. Amazing, he had returned from all the missions unscratched, that's really something. Kabuto commented. Remember now, from all the villages, they have only elites here. Well, Odo is more of a minor village, so I wouldn't know anything about that. But the rest is big hidden villages. Kabuto finished. Naruto felt a sudden chakra spike and looked to see 3 Odo nins on their way to Kabuto. The room was shocked when they heard glass break by leaves coming through the windows. The Odo nins stopped in actions and looked behind Naruto to find a huge fox, not like Kurama with 9 tails. But a normal huge fox. You have to behave until the exam starts. Naruto dangerously whispered, glaring at the 3 Odo nins. They backed away easy and nicely as the leaves disappeared. Thank you. Kabuto said. That's an interesting ability, and you are. Naruto looked up at him and smiled. Uzumaki Naruto. Ah, the rookie of the year. I think I have some information about you. Kabuto stated, taking a card out the bunch. Uzumaki Naruto mission status, D rank 7, C rank 1. An interesting fact, C rank mission turned out to be in a rank as you faced Mamachi, one of the legendary 7 swordsmen, and the demon brothers. So technically, you've completed an A rank mission. You seem strong. Am I right? Naruto just stared at him, but got interrupted by a loud, okay shut up you maggots. I'm Marino Ibiki, and I'll be your first exam's proctor. The Chunin exam starts here. Thanks for waiting. Ibiki looked at the broken windows, and who broke the windows? All the genins in the room were now looking at one specific blonde, exactly Uzumaki Naruto. He blushed and looked to Ibiki, I swear it was an accident, Marino-san. Ibiki looked at him suspiciously and the leaves. Ibiki asked, raising an eyebrow in suspicion. The wind. Naruto lied, smiling sheepishly. Well, it wasn't entirely a lie, he did use wind chakra to control the leaves. Ibiki just shrugged it off and continued. Everybody, pick a number and sit down. Ibiki ordered, damn Uzumaki, just like his mother, always coming with stupid excuses, although he do look like his father. Ibiki thought. The genins took a number and went to their seats. Now, for this first test, you'll have a written test, but in this written test, there are rules you'll have to keep. Rule number 1, test takers start off holding a perfect score of 10 points. The test consists of 10 questions, and 1 point is subtracted from the initial total of every question answered incorrectly. Ibiki started off. Rule number 2, the test is a team event, meaning passing is determined by combining each team's total score. Everybody in the groaned at this. Rule number 3, those caught cheating will lose 2 points for each offense. Naruto was now thinking hard. Rule number 4, those who lose all their points in the exam though cheating, and those who fails to answer any questions correctly will fail along with their teammate. Ibiki finished. You have 1 hour, the 10th question will be revealed after 45 minutes, now begin. Ibiki yelled. These questions seem tough. Well, for people who aren't geniuses. Ni-chan told me not to brag, Naruto, damn it. Naruto thought. Anyways, why would we lose points if we cheat? Why not just send us out the door? Naruto's eyes widened. Sneaky Marino-san, sneaky, but I don't need to cheat. Naruto finished thinking and began writing down the answers for the first question like it was nothing. A cryptogram? Should be easy enough. How the hell is the half of this room supposed to answer this? Kid, shut up and write, damn it, and let me sleep. Kurama complained. This is going to be interesting. Who will get the most points in this one, Naruto? Sasuke thought, assuming this as a challenge. Sharingan. The Sharingan activated, copying the one in front of him. I am so lucky. I have 2 gun aces on my team. We'll never lose. Shanro, this is awesome. Sakura and Inner Sakura squealed mentally. And Naruto-kun, I wish I was as smart as you, Byakugan. Hinata's veins now became visible, it had chakra flowing through. Her eyes became sharper than before and she copied the man behind her. Troublesome, the lazy genius thought as he wrote down the answers as if they were nothing to worry about. Ino probably thinks I can't do this, damn pig. He chuckled inwardly. Ha. I'm going to take this test down as if it were nothing. Just wait, Sakura, your big forehead is finally coming into use. Ino thought determinedly, and then Naruto-kun and Sasuke-kun will want me as their teammate. She used the mind transfer jutsu to take over Sakura's mind. Ino will come with the answers any minute, I just know it. Chaoji thought. I don't like this test, the examiner is too scary, look at all those scars. Well, I've got Akamaru, I don't need anything else but him. Kiba thought, looking at his dog, who was sitting on the top of his head. Got anything yet, Akamaru? Kiba whispered to him. Akamaru barked the answer to the first question. Shino just remained quiet in his head and outside his head whilst writing down the answers. That Uzumaki boy, I wonder why he said the Uchiha is the rookie of the year. Neji thought, sitting behind him. Let's see what he's made of. He activated his Byakugan and looked at Naruto's test. I was all done in only 15 minutes. He growled silently. Lee adjusts your headband if you see the other boy's test. Tenten thought, and at the same time making it in Morse code with some mirrors. When she saw him adjust, she stopped moving the mirrors as Lee wrote down the answers. Thanks, Tenten, will the flames of youth always shine brightly? Lee unintelligently thought. 45 minutes passed and Ibiki yelled out to them, everybody, put down your pencils and listen. The 10th question. The Genins perked up, looking at Ibiki with a serious face. But first we'll have to go through some rules. Groans were heard all over the room. First, for this question you must choose whether you want to take it or not. Choose? What happens if we choose not to? Asan Kunoichi asked. If you choose not to, your points will be reduced to 0, you fail with your teammates. A loud protest began with a what does that mean? Of course we'll choose to take it. That doesn't make any sense. Silence. Ibiki yelled. Now for the other rule. Another. Give it a break, damn it. Sakura thought, depressed over all the rules there had to be. And he's playing mind games now, I remember him. It's the head of T&I torture and interrogations, I see. Naruto thought, smirking. If you choose to take it and answer incorrectly, that person will lose all rights to take the Chunin exam again. Ibiki yelled, giving the Genins an evil smirk. Academy, another place. Sitting there in that room was 3 Jounin senseis, Kakashi, Kurenai and Asuma. Well, it sure is boring without my team, the missions will have to wait. Kakashi said, sounding as bored as hell. Don't worry, you'll be busy again soon. Asuma reassured. Why is that? I heard the examiner of the first test is Marino Ibiki. Not that sadist, Kakashi complained. Passing the first test will be difficult for them, with or without Naruto. Sadist? Kurenai asked, joining the conversation. Kurenai, you're new Jounin, so you probably don't know Asuma started out. Who is he? A pro. Of what? Kurenai began being curious. Lead assassination squads, torture and interrogations captain, special Jounin, Marino Ibiki. Asuma finished. Academy room 302. What kind of stupid rule is that? There are people in this room who have taken the exam more than once. Kiba yelled in protest. Well, you guys are just unlucky that way. This year it's my rules. Ibiki evilly smirked. But I am giving you a way out. Those who aren't confident enough can choose to walk out that door and come back next time. The Genins were now in thought whether to take it or not. Now to the 10th question. Those who wish to not take it, raise your hand, and once your number is confirmed, take your teammates and leave. Ibiki finished looking at the nervous Genins. Why, I see now. Naruto was finally done thinking this through, and many Genins had taken their leaves. Sneaky Marino-san, Naruto whispered but got caught by Ibiki. Say something, brat, I'm sneaky, why thank you. Ibiki smirked. I guess it is true what the Hokage said, you're as smart as the 4th Hokage. The Genins were now whispering to each other. I guess you've found out and would like to explain it. Naruto nodded. On a mission, you'll have to take the danger coming to get the information you need, you'll have to risk it. Can you choose not to take the danger? No, you can't. On a mission the danger comes unexpected, so we can't choose it. Those who abandon a mission are called trash, and at the same time, if abandoning a mission, you also abandon your comrades. Naruto started looking up at Ibiki. And those who abandon their comrades are worse than trash. Am I correct? Naruto scratched the back of his head and smiled nervously. Ibiki smirked. I would be lying if I said it wasn't. Good geek, you found out pretty fast too. I'll have to pass 78 people, meaning 26 teams. And those 26 teams are here in this room. You all pass. Ibiki looked at the Genins gaping. What? What did that brat say? Who is that kid? An older Genin around the 20s asked. Ibiki glared at him for a while, then said. The brat told you all that the 10th question is whether to take it or not. Take it and you've answered correctly, don't and you've failed. Ibiki explained in a hard voice. The kid, as you put it, is a prodigy of this village, one that should have passed earlier than the others but refused. Naruto looked down a bit. Can we not talk about me? He asked. I won't tolerate that the Taki Shinobis calls you a brat, Uzumaki. That's my job. Ibiki defended. A black ball then came through the window and up came a sign saying, Second Examiner Mitarashi Anko. Okay, you maggots. I'm the second examiner, Mitarashi Anko. You've all passed, I see, now let's go. she yelled, making all the genin sweat drop. Huh? 26 teams, what is this? A nursery interrogation. Ibiki? Anko asked, looking at Ibiki, who stood there with an annoyed look on his face. Sense the tension, will you, Anko? He sighed. They're a good bunch this year. Don't expect too much in your test too. Ha! My test will cut them down to half. Anko smugly smirked. Training ground 44/the Forest of Dead. At this training ground, a huge forest with bigger trees than normal, a fence around it and a sign saying, "Danger, stay out. Welcome to my playground, maggots." The Forest of Death. Anko said with an evil smile. The genins looked at her horrified. Been there? Naruto bluntly said as all genins looked at him. What, it was a dare thanks to my lovely friend Kiba. I was 9. He smiled foxily. Now before we start the second test, there is something I have to pass out. Anko said. Uzumaki, I like you, you don't seem afraid of the forest. Be a good little boy and pass these out, will ya? She smirked. Will you? Naruto corrected. Shut up, maggot. Why does everybody call me a maggot? Naruto muttered as he passed out the agreements. Now signs those agreements, we don't want little Omi taking the responsibility of your deaths, right? Anko said in a sickly sweet voice. Speak for yourself. Naruto again muttered and growled. Shut it, Uzumaki. I'll now explain the area. At training ground number 44 are 44 locked gates. Forest, river and a tower in the center. From the gates to the tower is about 10 kilometers. During the survival in here you will compete in a no-rules scroll battle. Scrolls? Ataki Nin asked. Yes, Anko took out 2 scrolls and showed it to them. You will compete over these 2 scrolls, the Earth and Heaven scrolls. She closed her eyes for a second or two and opened them again. There are 78 people here, meaning 26 teams. Half of you, meaning 13 teams, get a Heaven scroll, whilst the other half gets an Earth. To pass this test, she held the Heaven and Earth scroll in front of them and narrowed her eyes. You must make it to the tower with both scrolls. 13 teams will lose their scrolls, half of them will definitely fail. Sakura said. However, there is a time limit. This test will last 120 hours. Exactly 5 days. Anko then got interrupted by 2 loud voices. 5 days? Ino yelled. What about food? Chaoji exclaimed. Anko closed her eyes in annoyance. You're on your own. The forest is full of food. Just watch out for man-eating beasts, poisonous insects and poisonous plants. She warned. And 13 teams passing is not likely. As the days go on, the distance to the goal will become farther. And the time to rest will become shorter. And the area is crawling with enemies. You won't get much sleep. So not only will some people fail because of the scrolls, some will also die from the harshness of the course. Now I'll talk about what will disqualify you. She held out one finger and began. First, those who don't make it to the tower, with both scrolls within the time limit. She then held out 2 fingers. Second, those who lose a teammate or have a teammate killed. She put both hands on her hips and continued, as a rule there is no quitting in the middle. You'll be in the forest for 5 days. And one more rule, you must not look inside the scrolls until you come to the tower. What happens if you do? Naruto asked. That'll be a secret for anyone who does. She replied in her sickly sweet voice. A Chunin will be asked to handle classified information. This is to test your trustworthiness. That is for the explanation. Exchange your 3 agreements for a scroll, then choose a gate for the start. She looked up to them. A final word of advice, don't die. As all the genins began filling out their agreements, Naruto began filling out his when he noticed Hinata. Hinata-san. Naruto called out, making her look at him. And Naruto-kun. She greeted. Ah, alright. She muttered and ducked in her shuriken holster. H here, for safety. She explained, holding out some ointment for him. You made this? Naruto asked as she nodded. Thanks, Hinata-san. He suddenly grabbed her wrist and pulled her in and kissed her cheek. Hinata blushed heavily and, much to Naruto's surprise, note the sarcasm, she fainted. Hinata-san. Naruto's eyes widened. Hina-chan. Boy, Naruto. What did you do to her? Kiba growled, glaring daggers at Naruto. She fainted when Naruto couldn't finish the sentence and just blushed. It's okay, why? We'll take her from here, why? Because she's our teammate. Shino explained. Naruto looked at them worried. Would she be okay? That was the only question flowing through his head right now. At the gates. 816 Kiba, Shino and Hinata. Yahoo! Survival is our specialty. Hinata, don't go soft on us. Kiba exclaimed. 827 Shikamaru, Chaoji and Ino. Risking our lives, this sucks, but we'll have to do it. Shikamaru said. Let's go after Team 10. 812 Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura. Let's take it easy to start out. Naruto said, smiling. 820 The Sound Trio. It's finally here. The chance to fulfill our mission. The one wrapped up in bandages said. 838 Kabuto's team. Kabuto stood there just smirking. All 3 remained quiet. 86 and siblings. Of course the other teams, but I'm also afraid of being with him for 5 days. Kankura thought glancing at Gaara. 8:15 mysterious Kusanins. So first we'll go after the rookies. One of them said. We're allowed to kill from here. Makes things easier. Another one said. 8:41 Neji, Lee, Tintin. Sensei, I'll do my best. Lee determinedly thought. But Anko. Everyone, follow the instructor and go to your gates. The second exam will begin in 30 minutes. Anko ordered. 30 minutes later. The second test of the Chunin exams now beings. She yelled as all the genin smacked their gates open and began. 8:12. Okay, let's go. Naruto yelled. Exited moron? Sasuke asked. You bet. This is a perfect opportunity to test out abilities too. Me? Done. Yeah. Naruto. Where's the extra? Me? Coming right up. First to reveal it I'ma add dramatic drums things. Star. Sasuke. She's a damn girl. It isn't that hard to see. Me? Damn you Uchiha. Sasuke. Come with the extra. Me? Right, this extra is Konoha and 3 years after the Pain Invasion. And an apology for being late. 3 years in the future, after Pain Invasion. Welcome back. You're a hero Naruto. We believed in you Naruto. Welcome home. Thank you. Was the sound of a joyful village when their hero and our favorite blonde came home after defeating Pain. Naruto's eyes widened. He was being acknowledged by the whole village, not just shinobis but also civilians. His long red cape with black flames at the edge, still there, was flying in the wind as he was on the back of Kakashi. Beneath his cape was a standard Jounin uniform. The fingerless gloves he bought with Konohamaru, Mogi and Yuden was still on. His eyes widened again. Hina-chan, he thought. Haddock-sensei, where is she okay? His voice sounded worn out. Is Hinata-san okay? He closed his eyes shut but opened them again when he heard footsteps coming. He smiled faintly. Baruno-san, glad you're okay. Where is she? He quickly asked, going straight to the point. She's fine, she's with Kiba and Shino over there. Sakura reassured him, pointing at the direction of Team 8. Naruto looked at them, eyes widened at Hinata. She was crying. He couldn't see if it was of happiness or sadness, but she was crying. And that was what hurts the most. Hina-chan. He whispered, walking in her direction. And Naruto-kun, are you alright? Hinata asked. Team 8 was waiting for the answer of their so-called hero when they noticed he was just staring at her. Hina-chan, his voice sounded like in disbelief, whilst Konoha 12 all thought the same. He's finally going to tell her, but was disappointed when they heard him continue. You look hurt. Why are you crying? Where does it hurt? You hungry? You thirsty? You are so pale. Why are you red in the face? Oh my Kami. You've catched a cold. Haruno-san, send the best medics over here and fast. He yelled as they all sweat dropped. Then Naruto-kun, I'm fine. Hinata stuttered but was interrupted by Naruto's exclamation once again. Nonsense. You were up against Pain. You're not fine. Damn, you look so. He stopped himself from saying any more and pulled her into a tight hug. Huggable. He finished. A hand on her back, a hand in her hair, he kept her filled with warmth as her head was on his chest and their bodies as close as they could get. Naruto-kun, I wish you would just stop worrying. Hinata thought as she closed her eyes to freeze this moment right there. Say it, damn it. You stupid dipshit. Can't do anything right. Naruto mentally scolded himself. The whole village was still celebrating Konoha's existing and Naruto being the hero, whilst Konoha 12 was looking at the pair, sweat dropping. It had been 10 minutes now and not one of them had moved. He's hug raping her again, I just know it. Kiba exclaimed. Relax Kiba, they are probably just lost in their thoughts of their honeymoon. Why? They're being perverts about it too. Look at Naruto desperately trying to hold in the blood. Shino said calmly. Yosh. The youth shines brighter in them than anyone else. Sakura-san. You're as beautiful as 1,000 angels signing, be my girlfriend. Lee exclaimed. Again Lee, no. Sakura sweat dropped. Congrats Naruto. You'll become an excellent Hokage. Sasuke thought, an. Didn't see that coming right. Naruto and Hinata finally broke apart and just stared at each other. Hina-chan, you sure you're okay? You still look pale. Naruto exclaimed, cupped her 2 cheeks with his 2 palms. Kami-sama, help her. Konoha 12 once again sweat dropped. Naruto looked at Hinata and worry, I love you too, can it be so hard to say? Damn, you're weak Naruto, you're weak. Sasuke could do it, I'm weak. Naruto mentally whined. Hinata-san looks all beaten up, all for me. Damn, she can be scary. Naruto's head were only inches from hers and unconsciously he was still leaning in. Hinata blushed 1,000 red colors as she noticed him still leaning in. Her hands were on his wrists as she also leaned in. At last, the moment their friends had been waiting for 10 minutes. Damn it, they kissed. Naruto felt like in the 7th heaven as he closed his eyes, pulling her closer. Naruto's POV. Damn. I'm kissing her. Karaman Ai in your face, I'm awesome. I did it. Now you only need to confess. Karaman Ai decided to ruin my moment of awesomeness. My lips were still on hers, my eyes still closed, my hands still on her cheeks. I was a feet taller than her, that's my guess to be exact. I could feel her blush deeper, yes. I could feel it. There was a shiver, a nice shiver, I liked it. I didn't care who was watching, didn't care who was talking, I blocked them all out, only focusing on the girl I was kissing, the girl of my dream, the girl of my past, present and hopefully also future. Hinata's POV. Oh Kami. Naruto-kun is kissing me, I can feel his lips, he stinks of worms, what did he eat? Oh right, toads eat bugs. Gross, but he's kissing me, I don't know what to do. Just don't faint, Hinata, don't faint. I felt my legs giving away to the kiss and almost fell backwards, separating us from the kiss, but Naruto-kun caught me. We looked each other in the eyes for a while, until he opened his mouth to say something. Kami-sama, don't let it be, you sure you're okay? So annoying. Normal POV. Okay, now they have been at it for what, 5 minutes? Do they have gills or something? Kiba growled. Nah Kiba, it isn't the first time for them, remember the Chunin exams? Sakura reminded Konoha 12. Oh yeah, kissing her and stopping a fight because she fainted, idiot. He did it out of love, Kiba. Anyway, Sakura, Tenten, we have a mission, remember? Neji interrupted. Shino, Lee, we have Danzo to find. Sasuke said, leaving them with a mention too. Now it was back to the lovebirds. Naruto opened his mouth, about to say something, when Kakashi came and interrupted. Yo, Naruto, you're being summoned by the council. Those old hags, Kakashi informed. Naruto got up straight with Hinata, nodded to Kakashi, and waved a bye to his friends. But before he left, he whispered something in Hinata's ear that made her eyes wide, a huge blush on her face, a gaping mouth and her hands trembling with joy. I love you too. Kakashi, Asuma and Kurenai were sitting in a room, bored as hell. I thought they had the sadist as their first examiner, Kakashi muttered, only for Kurenai and Asuma to catch. They did. I guess we've underestimated our own students. Asuma replied. Kurenai looked at both of the old jounins. Kakashi, Asuma, this means they'll be in the forest of death now, right? The men nodded. Anko is their examiner. They stiffened. Poor kids. Kakashi muttered. The other end of Konoha, Naruto was trying to kill a bug on his nose. Through a glare, Sasuke was talking about plans, whilst Sakura were listening to his voice. Would you two pay attention? Sasuke exclaimed. Why don't we just have a password? Like one of Haddock-sensei's lame excuses for being late. Naruto bluntly said, surely no one but us knows Haddock-sensei better. Sakura and Sasuke were looking at the blonde. Sasuke sighed and agreed. So if I'm right, and I am usually, Ibika's test was related to this test. We'll have to figure out what the other team's scroll is before we attack. I say we'll split up and meet here in a half an hour. The team with the right scroll is the team we'll attack based on their skills. We'll have to be around them for half an hour to see if they are weak enough for us to take down easily or strong enough for us to go serious. Roger. Naruto ordered. Roger. Sasuke and Sakura said in unison before all three went their separate ways. With Naruto was spying on Gaara. To be honest, Naruto had kept his eyes on him for quite a while now. He was curious about him. Is that guard made of sand? Naruto mentally questioned whilst trying to keep his cool. That Gaara guy gave him the creeps. Uzumaki, Naruto. Gaara muttered slowly, making Naruto's eyes widened. Step forward, Uzumaki. Naruto did as told and stepped forward. Gaara looked at him with a bored look on his face. Do you have a specific reason to spy on us without your team? Or do you just have a death wish? Gaara closed his eyes. Behind him were his two siblings, who were looking at the scene half shocked. I thought you would be smarter than this, Sabaku-san. I'm here to gather information, not playtime. Naruto inhaled and exhaled deeply. He locked gaze with the red-haired Sunanin. I don't know what scroll you have yet, and you don't know what I have. But after what I've seen, it seems like that doesn't matter to you. There were blood everywhere and 3 bodies of Samain nins. Poor fellows. On the blood was sand. Naruto had already figured out his control over sand, but he didn't know his guard was made out of it or his heart was so cold. Naruto pitied the people living with him. A boy so carelessly killing of people at every chance he got, talking openly to the demon inside him, making him look crazy. A small breeze came by, just enough to make Naruto's hair motion in front of his face, and Gaara's hair move just the slightest. Naruto and Gaara had the same thoughts. It was the start of their fight. Sand came out of his guard, standing there behind him, whilst leaves did the same to Naruto. They motioned their hands for their weapon to attack and yelled out, "Sand, leaf, orphan." They both screamed in unison. But Sakura was watching silently. A teammate, not even bothering notice that they were all 3 sensory types. Guys, a rookie is watching us. Kiba informed, breaking their long and awkward silence. Tell us something we don't know, Kiba. Shino coldly replied. Sakura-san. We know you're here, just see, come out. Hinata stammered. Sakura came out of her hiding and approached the team. Hey, there was a long and awkward pause. How are you guys doing? Kick some ass lately? She cheerfully forced out, with a voice screaming, oh crap, I'm busted, just pretend you don't know anything. At the crap, how's our 2 pretty boys? They're not with you, must be dead. Kiba bluntly replied. Hey. "Okay Kiba-kun, don't be like that, I'm sure Sakura-san had a good reason for spying on us." Hinata looked directly into Sakura's eyes, only to find guilt, lies and awkwardness. Hinata sighed. "Well, I better get going, good luck with your stuffily stuff," Sakura awkwardly replied and pulled away, leaving Team 8 to their thoughts on what the hell Team 7 was doing. "Naruto-kun, I hope you're okay," Hinata thought, closing her eyes in prayers. But Sasuke was currently gathering some information from some Kusanins, one with a straw hat and black hair, was talking freely in the open. He sounded creepy, like a girl. What Sasuke didn't know was that the Kusanins wanted him to listen. "Our earth scroll shall be carried by me," the black-haired one proclaimed. Sasuke observed every movement they made, he didn't let a single movement pass by. He activated his Sharingan on the mission and wave. It was only about 10 seconds after Naruto had said his last words. That day he didn't know what those emotions meant, but he knew it was making him stronger. "We'll have to find one with the heaven scroll, so let's start," the one with the mask said. But Team 10. This is so troublesome, how did Asuma-sensei talk us into this?" Shikamaru complained. "No, how did Ino talk us into this?" Chaoji corrected whilst he ate some chips. Clash. When that clash was heard, the trio looked in the direction of the source of the sound, only to see the air rain with leaves and sand. "Huh?" Shikamaru questioned as Ino stared in shock. "It's Naruto-kun's leaf technique. We must help him," she said as innocent as possible with a squeal. "Damn troublesome comrades," Shikamaru muttered. With Naruto. The leaves and the sand crashed together and a huge clash came. "I didn't think it would be so strong," Naruto thought as he got up from being blasted away from the clash. "Don't underestimate him, kid. That sand is stronger, yeah, but your will is biggest," Kurama exclaimed. "What a speech, Kurama. I'm touched." He then jumped up and began going through a few hand seals. He slammed his hand to the ground and yelled out, "Seal." As half of the sand on the ground was swallowed by a bunch of seals coming out of Naruto's hand. "What?" Gaara thought as his gaze changed from Naruto to the ground where his sand was. "What did you do to my sand?" He glared at the poor blonde with a crap load of killer intent. Naruto sighed, "I sealed it. Didn't you hear me when I yelled seal?" "I heard you, I just want to know one more thing. If you're like me, then how can you be around those people?" Gaara said, his eyes never leaving the blue ones. "I'm not like you. My village hates me, yeah, but only the civilians. The Shinobi sees me for who I am, not the demon as people put it so nicely, but the vessel, the prison, the host, the Jinchuriki. Those people are my friends, not my enemies. I'm their friend," Naruto explained and smiled softly. There was a long pause suddenly. "Leave," Gaara bluntly said. What?" Naruto confused exclaimed. "I have no intention of fighting you. Leave before I change my mind." Naruto smiled at him and disappeared in a swirl of leaves. But Sakura and Sasuke. The two had just come back from their little information gatherings mission. "I found a team with the Earth Scroll, they were talking freely. I think we could take them down," Sasuke informed, and Sakura looked at him with her most serious face. "The only team I could find was Team 8. Apparently they have it under control and right now they're headed to the tower." That was the only information Sakura actually got and decided to tell. "Damn, they're ahead of us." A shuffle of sound came from the bushes and alarmed the two competitors as they took out their kunes for defense. "Whoa, guys. Relax. I got lost on the road of life when I helped an old lady across the street," a blond man said with a grin on his face. "Naruto, don't scare us like that, why are you late?" Sasuke exclaimed. "Big bad Uchiha scared." Naruto smirked. "I was caught up in a fight." "A fight? Moron, you were supposed to only gather information, not fight anyone." But he started it. "Soon a team had both scrolls. My thoughts about this is that there are people here who is strong already have their scrolls. We have to go to the tower area and wait for some weak teams." Naruto replied. "I've already found a team with the Earth Scroll, that creepy Kusa team. They are north a mile from here. They were talking openly and didn't sense my presence, so they should be at least weaker than us." That might have been a better idea, but Naruto just looked at Sakura after Sasuke was done speaking. "I met Team 8. She simply said. "Really? Damn, I should have gone in your direction. How are they? Is Hinata-san better? Is there a scratch on her? Who did it? I'm going to kill them, no wait, makes them suffer and let them die slowly," Naruto quickly said whilst cracking his knuckles and sending a dark aura out. They're fine, they've got both scrolls and are on their way to the tower, were you so worried anyways?" Sakura confused asked. Oh look at the time, let's go find that Kusa team." He stuttered in defense. "Too late, little rookies." A dark but yet light voice replied from the top. The girly man from the Kusa team was standing right there looking down on them. There was a strong breeze making his hair fly to the back as he holds onto his straw hat. The Kusanin went through a couple of hand seals, bit his thumb so some blood ran out. He crossed it out on some seal on his left wrist and yelled out, summoning Jutsu. As he yelled, a huge snake came to sight. Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura went into battle position and fast. Uchiha-san, Haruno-san, I'll take snake bastard, you'll take the snake. Naruto demanded as the leader he was. Sorry, Naruto-kun, but I want to fight Uchiha Sasuke-kun. The girly man's tongue craped out and licked his lips. You heard him, moron. I'll fight him, you two take the snake. Sasuke glared at the Kusanin, if look could kill, you know. But I'm the leader, I should. Who told you, you were the leader? Haddock-sensei. Naruto bluntly replied. Damn that man. Why would he make you the leader? Let's just fight, shall we? Naruto motioned his hand to the air and collected a huge amount of leaves. Haruno-san, I'll take care of this one, you'll serve as backup. Sakura instantly agreed to it by nodding. He sent some wind chakra through the leaves. Wind style, leaf cannon. Naruto yelled out as the leaves formed into small but strong leaf balls and attacked the snake. Naruto's sweat dropped. That was easy. Oi, Uchiha-san. I'm done, need help. He called out but noticed Sasuke was gone. Sasuke-kun. Uchiha-san. They both called out as they couldn't find their third teammate. Arrgh. A loud masculine scream sounded. Naruto and Sakura were quickly on their feet and ran to the direction of the sound. What they found was shocking. Sasuke was on his knees, hurt. He was holding onto his ribs as he screamed in pain. It sounded horrible to the two genins who were staring at their teammate in horror. Sasuke-kun. Sakura screamed, gaining the attention of the Kusanin. Naruto-san, you shouldn't yell so carelessly. Naruto exclaimed. Naruto-kun and Pinky, how lovely to see you two here. Helping Sasuke-kun. You got here quite fast, have you already taken care of my little pet? The foreign ninja licked his lips with his extremely long tongue. I've heard that you're as smart as the fourth Hokage was your age, but are you as strong? He questioned and began counterattack. Naruto did the same and wrapped some leaves around the Kusanin. Leaf funeral. He yelled as the leaves pressed against the body of the enemy until nothing but mud flew out. Naruto's eyes widened. Substitution or an Earth-style shadow clone. Kid. Let me out, I want to fight. This man is not who you think he is. Karaman, I can't let you out here, my teammates will find out about you. Survivor die. Your choice. Sorry Karaman, but I'll have to do this by myself. Bukuku. The stupid laughter came from the snake bastard. I see, didn't even have say more than 2 words and you've already killed my clone. He crept closer and closer to Naruto, who had moved away from Sakura to get the snake dude out of their sight. Sakura was currently helping Sasuke getting back on his feet, but he kept on wincing in pain. It was hard to hide the pain, but at least he was trying. Naruto was still fighting their enemy as he held onto that scroll he had managed to take from him. Kukuku, I see you have got my earth scroll. You like it? Be a good boy and I'll let you keep it. He formed a mysterious seal as his neck began to stretch out. He bit Naruto before he could even register what was going on. The cry of pain was heard throughout the forest and was also heard by teammate. Hati, that voice, Naruto-kun. Hinata said, paranoid as hell. You're being paranoid, Hinata, let's go. Naruto is fine, he'll never die with his determination. Kiba assured her as he opened the door to the tower. Naruto-kun, I hope you're okay. Please be. Hinata thought and walked into the tower. Back to Team 7. Naruto-kun. Sakura muttered as Sasuke and herself found Naruto unconscious in the middle of the forest with no snake bastard around. That man Orochimaru was his name. He isn't a genin, he's a freaking Sannin. Sasuke informed, he told me when we were fighting he was after my eyes. But why do this to Naruto if he was after me? The question got stuck in their heads for a long time. Look. Naruto-kun managed to get the earth scroll. Sakura discovered. Let's rest until he wakes up, then head to the tower. Whatever. Sasuke took Naruto over his shoulder as Sakura took the scroll and put it with their other scroll. Under some roots of a giant tree. Sakura was wetting Naruto's forehead with a wet cloth. Does he seem to have it hot? Maybe we should take off his shirt or something. You do it, I don't want to see him half naked. Sasuke winced at the thought. Sakura took off his blue short-sleeved hoodie jacket, followed by his orange t-shirt. She gasped at the sight of a seal on his stomach. What is that? It's a seal, genius. Sasuke bluntly said. I know that, but why? She stuttered. I don't know, do I look like a freaking answering machine? But the question did go through his head more than once. What was Naruto doing with a seal on his stomach? Did it relate to the citizens' hatred towards him? Did it have something to do with his leaf controlling ability? Was it maybe because of the seal he was a genius? Whatever it was a mystery until Naruto wakes up, then we'll have to wait to find out. Sakura muttered as she left the wet cloth on his forehead and used Naruto's shirt as his own pillow. With Team 10. Ino, Shikamaru and Choji were gaping like 3 goldfishes of what they had just witnessed. First the fight with Gaara, then the fight with Orochimaru, and now something about a seal on Naruto's stomach. What the hell was wrong with that team? Whatever it was probably best for them not to know, so they left. But I don't want to leave. Sakura gets to take care of both Naruto-kun and Sasuke-kun. I want to take care of two hot guys as well. Ino screeched, ruining the poor boy's hearing system. What, are you trying to kill us with that voice of yours? Troublesome woman. Shikamaru muttered as he nursed his poor hurt ears. Complaining won't help Shikamaru. It'll only make it worse. Choji replied, doing the same thing as Shikamaru, nursing his poor hurt ears. That forehead girl gets all the good guys. She gets the two hottest guys in class, the two smartest, the two coolest and lots of more things. Ino once again screeched. Naruto's POV. This isn't what should have happened. What the hell is going on? It's all pitch black. I've never felt so much pain in one place. My shoulder. That man, he did something, but what? His words after he put the cursed seal on me. They are still following me. I don't want to remember them. I've been looking for the perfect body and you can't hide your hatred towards this village, Naruto-kun. I therefore deem you as perfect. Other people might have fallen for your mask, but I'm smarter than those senile fools. You will seek me to seek power and revenge on this village. If my plan isn't a success the first time, my second will be with you, Naruto-kun. So be aware you will feel the need to leave soon, very soon. But I don't want to leave. Konoha is my home, no matter which part of my emotions is shown. I know that I have certain hatred towards it, but I could never, damn it, what should I do? Kit. Wake up, Kit. Karaman ai. Kit, I can't fight it alone, now wake up. Karaman I can't wake up. My body feels heavy and it's not responding. My eyelids feels like they are sewed together. I can't open it. Something is cold and wet on my forehead. Karaman I need your help. My body, it's in pain. Help me. Kit, that seal the snake bastard put on you, it's spreading through your body. You have to wake up before it takes over. Karaman I can't. You have to. But the pain. Normal POV. Sakura, what's going on? Sasuke asked as he saw some black markings spreading out on Naruto's face. That comes from that bruise, it's glowing. Both of them were staring at him in horror. This wasn't happening right. I can see that, Sasuke-kun, Sakura answered. They both took a step back in what looked like fear, and at the same time came three Odonins. One with bandages almost covering his whole body, another with funny looking hair, and a girl that was smirking at their future victims. Look, Zaku, kin, our target is already wide awake. Guess Orochimaru-sama came to him a lot earlier than we thought. A bandaged guy assumed as he and his team walked towards the two genins from Team 7. Sakura and Sasuke were currently in their fighting position as they were holding out their kunes in defense. Naruto's POV. Why does my body suddenly feel alerted? I feel like waking up, and this power, it's huge. Karaman help me. I don't want to sleep anymore. I want to wake up. Arg. I can't move. I can't protect my precious people. Haruno-san, Uchiha-san, I'm sorry. I'm weak. I should have listened. I shouldn't have shown my power. Uchiha-san wouldn't have hated me. Haruno-san wouldn't have been obsessed with me. Hinata-san wouldn't have to worry about me like she did before the second part of the exam. I regret almost everything. I regret I can't be there for you guys, everyone I ever talked directly to, and are my precious people. Kiba-san, Shikamaru-san, Shino-san, Choji-san, Yamanaka-san, Haruno-san, Uchiha-san, Hokage, Amni-chan, Tuchi-san, Konohamaru Taudo, Mogi-san, Yuden-san, Yamino-sensei, Haddock-sensei, Hina-chan, I'm sorry. If I ever wake up, I promise I will, and I never back down on my promises. I promise I will be the shinobi nobody has ever been. I promise I will become the one who will save you all. I am Uzumaki Naruto and I won't go down without a fight. Normal POV. The fight had begun between the two Konoha ninjas and the three Odonins when a huge explosion was heard from behind them. There stood everyone's favorite blonde hero, Uzumaki Naruto. But something changed about him. He was surrounded by a purple chakra, or just a normal energy. What happened to Naruto? His face all covered by black markings. Then Naruto-kun, Sakura stuttered in surprise. He had a serious look on his face as he saw his teammates hurt. I don't know, or do I even care a little about which one of you three did this, but I'm going to kill all three. His face became emotional. It was a whole new side of Uzumaki Naruto, and a side no one ever knew existed. I'm never going to lose again, that is my final promise. Is this a new hero born? Or a new villain created? With Team 10. What the hell? That was the thought of the three members of Team 10 when they saw their friend and comrade so wild and careless. He was supposed to be the rookie of the year, their role model to hard work. He was supposed to encourage them to not be as careless as he was being right now. It was like he wasn't even himself. What's going on? A shocked Ino stuttered when she saw the side of Team 7's smartest guy. The pig flew by. I think Shikamaru joked, but he was serious. Never had he or anybody else actually seen Naruto willingly give out a death threat, even if it was for an enemy. He was the kind of guy who would talk his way to a solution, but of course if necessarily he would be forced to give out death threats and deliver it. No, I think the sky is falling. Choji replied as he looked to the sky for some evidence, but with no such luck. The only time he had ever seen Naruto this serious was when he was busting Mizuki when he tried to steal a scroll long time ago. Funny story actually, but that's to another time. But Team 7 once again. I'll never show mercy, I'll never show pain, I'll never show any sign of compassion to people who hurt my precious people. I might not love this village, but it is my home of me and my friends. Whoever hurts my home will be punished, whoever hurts my friends will die a slow death. The dark aura just kept coming. There was no end to it. No one could stop him now, not his team, not his comrades, not his teachers, not his leader, not even Hinata. Crack. That was the sound of an arm break. The boy named Zaku screamed out in horror as the pain took over his body. Sakura and Sasuke stood there and looked in dreadfulness. I won't show mercy, that word doesn't even exist in my world, you asked for it, and I delivered it. He closed his eyes and opened them again as he took out his kunai and looked at the other two members. The two other members of the Odo team was now scared as hell. Shadow Precision no Jutsu. Naruto was now bound to a shadow. What the hell are you doing, Shikamaru? Naruto-kun isn't the enemy. Ino shrieked. Sasuke and Sakura sweat dropped to Team 10, who just showed up. Shikamaru was trying to get away from the blonde girl, as Naruto imitated. The black marks disappeared and Naruto's eyes widened. At his action he was currently putting up his hands in defense. Oi Shikamaru-san. He yelled as said ninja looked at Naruto's direction, with the rest of the ninjas. See, could you stop this please? He was back to normal, alright. Zaku, let's go. Dozu yelled as the three Odo nins ran off. Naruto looked in their direction. He was already released from the shadow possession. What just happened? He asked, looking as confused as everybody else. I did that. The whole ground was ruined, trees were demolished, it looked like a mess. Naruto, what the hell was that just now? Shikamaru asked, looking at the blonde boy who was just as confused as himself. I don't know. He replied. Maybe it had something to do with that bruise on your shoulder. Sasuke assumed. Maybe. Naruto looked at his shoulder. There stood a seal of some kind. That's a seal, but I don't recognize it. It has got to be a seal outside the Uzumaki clan. The Genins looked at him, confused, well except Sasuke, he had already been explained to about the Uzumaki clan. The Uzumaki clan was sealing masters. He explained as the Genins made an O. Sometime after. Well, we better get going. We don't want to be late to the tower, now would we? Naruto said as he smiled. Even though we still got 3 days. Sakura looked at him in concern when she realized Sasuke and herself had forgotten about that seal on his stomach. Ah, Naruto-kun, what is that seal on your stomach? Naruto froze, he did not expect that one to happen. That's the 8 trigram sealing jutsu. He stupidly said, giving them a foxy smile. They just looked at him with the eyes telling him, yeah, it's a seal, but what for? For a regular genin, I possess an extremely special chakra. This seal keeps that part of me in and my regular chakra out. As you can see here, and here he clarified as he took up his shirt to show them the seal. He pointed to the 2 openings and continued, there are openings in the seal, allowing some of the chakra to slip out if I needed. He took down his shirt and yet again continued, this is also a part of the Uzumaki clan jutsus. The story wasn't a complete lie, but not completely true either way. Sure, whatever. Sasuke calmly said as he rose from his seat around the fireplace. Come on guys. Sakura led the way apparently. Oh please, we still got 3 days, we should slow down a bit. Naruto casually said as he walked behind his 2 teammates. We want to be there early. Sasuke replied. Demon illusion, flashback no jutsu. Naruto, in the exams I want you to look out for your teammates. So I hereby announce you as the leader of this team, but only when you take the exams. Kakashi announced to Naruto. They met alone after Sakura and Sasuke left when he had first pronounced the Chunin selection exam. Haddock-sensei, wouldn't it be better if Uchiha-sen was the leader? He might be better than me. He replied with a smile on his face. Behind Kakashi were Asuma, Kurenai and Guy. He didn't really know them so he just ignored their presence, that was of course until the woman butted in. You're Uzumaki Naruto, am I right? She asked looking down on Naruto. Hi, that's me. You're taller than what Kakashi described you as. Kurenai looked over at Kakashi, who was currently reading his book. What is it, Kurenai-san? He gave her an eye smile as she sighed at his stupidity. Ah, Kakashi, my youthful rival. I bet to you that my genius is better than yours. The guy in green spandex exclaimed, jumping on his so-called rival. I only took him with me because I wanted to tell him that he was team leader. Guy, you shouldn't make everything a game. Naruto chuckled at the adults who were now glaring at him. He quickly looked away, whistling to the wind, but he knew why he was here, why Kakashi wanted him to be the leader. Demon illusion, Kai. Uchiha-san, Haruno-san, I know we've already got the scrolls, but don't let your guard down for even 1 second, understood? The said 2 members of Team 7 nodded in unison and continued on with their trip to the tower. They've been walking for a while at the moment, but it felt like only minutes for Naruto. He couldn't wait to come to the tower. Are they all okay? He kept speculating about this, particularly one thing. Did one of his friends die? Were they hurt? Who was the bastard that had a dead wish and decided to hurt his friends? What was that strange seal on his shoulder? What's with that Gaara dude? What the hell was he going to do if he ever had to explain about the seal again in front of everyone else? Would they believe him? Would Shikamaru figure it out? The thoughts kept running through his head, but only one kept being there. Are they really okay? Whatever happened to them, he would probably freak out. As strong as he was pretty weak when it came to his friends. He would do anything to see them safe. At the tower with Team 8. Do you think the pretty boys is going to make it, Shino? Kiba asked, with a small laughter. Yes. Shino bluntly replied. But they aren't even here yet. Not fair. We were the first of the rookie 9 to be here and you still believe that they are stronger than us? Kiba growled. Yes. Hinata giggled at his teammates' antics. I think they'll be here as soon. I hope. She blushed, looking out of a window. In the forest with Team 10. Boy no, Chaoji. A couple of dudes over here have passed out, leaving their scrolls an easy target, Shikamaru yelled out to his teammates, who were currently running towards him. In front of them were two ninjas with an almost open scroll, behind them a huge rock or something. Easy, it's the right scroll. Troublesome joy. Remember the episode with the two ninjas opening their scroll outside the tower and too early? Well, it's them. Outside the tower with Team 7. We're here finally. Naruto yelled out to no one in particular. He sounded tired. He should be, but geez, his teammates had less sleep than him. Let's just go, moron. Sasuke muttered as he opened the door to the tower. Naruto's POV. This is it, 3 days since we arrived to the tower. The examiners didn't let us meet the other competitors, so I didn't know who we were going to see in the finals. Sabaku-san's team is doomed to pass, Shikamaru-san and Chaoji-san is a perfect team with or without Yamanaka-san, and I think they would pass as well. Kiba-san, Shino-san and Hinata-san, they're all 3 sensor types, they should be able to pass as well. That team with Hinata-san's relative, I don't remember their names, but I've heard he should be powerful. They must have passed. Uchiha-san, Haruno-san and I were walking down the corridor. I had a bad feeling about this. Whoever should have passed, I would win. We walked through the small grey door and at the same time all the other teams walked in from other small grey doors. In the middle of the corridor, the 7 teams observed each other as time stood still. I narrowed my eyes when I saw Sabaku-san, he did the same as he looked at me. I was the first to move, with a serious expression on my face. After I walked past them all, I went for the huge grey door at the end of the hall. When I looked back to see if my team was catching up, all the other teams followed in a row. We walking in and the first thing I noticed was a huge sculpture hand formed in the ram seal. There was a little scene where the Hokage, proctors and Jounin senseis were waiting with fully expectations for their team and a stand where people could watch as an audience. Haddock sensei was standing on the little scene. He was looking at me with anticipation and a little hint of uneasiness. The other senseis have one of them in a Suna Jounin uniform. I guessed he was Gaara's sensei. Yuhi sensei, Tsurutobi sensei, Mito sensei, another guy from Odo, wearing an Odo Jounin uniform. It looked a lot like Konoha's, but in black. It looked awesome. Mitarashi-san and Marino-san was there as well. I looked at Hokage Jiji, he looked at us with a serious expression. I have to admit I was kind of scared. Haddock sensei had for 2 days ago sealed away that seal on my shoulder. I noticed the seal he used was from the Uzumaki clan. Why did he even have a jutsu from my clan? I decided to give up on the fact. I could once again mold chakra without feeling like dying, so that was at least the good part. I looked at the competitors as we walked into 7 straight lines. Every team had their own line, making us in a procedure using term 3x7, 21 participants. Imino sensei and other Chunins were there as well, with another guy who was coughing every other minute. First off, for the second test, congratulations for passing. Anko started. Hokage-sama will now explain the third test, so listen carefully. Hokage Jiji opened that mouth he loved to give lectures with, an. Sounds so wrong. For the coming third test, but before that, I would like to explain the true purpose of this exam. About the true purpose. I looked around and saw the other genins having a questionable look on their faces. Why do we have all the allied countries taking the exam together? I gasped softly at that sentence. Damn, what kind of genius am I? To promote friendship among the countries, to raise the level of shinobi. I don't want you to be confused about the true meaning. This exam is a replacement for war. Right, how stupid am I? A replacement for war amongst the allied countries. Yes. If you go back in time, the current allied countries were enemies that fought each other for who would rule. In order to prevent wasteful fighting, the stage that these countries chose for battle, I could feel that I was about to burst up scolding those people. That is the origins of this Chunin selection exam. Hokage Jiji finished. Everybody turned to look at me. If you were really allied countries you wouldn't have to fight. Allied means peace. That peace should stay no matter who is strongest. If you can't trust each other, then why the hell get an alliance agreement? To give genins the burden of fighting for our countries is too much. For me this is an exam, not war. You can't trick us to do such a thing. I'm out. The people around me gasped. I don't want to do such a thing, so why the hell should I? I turned around but was stopped by the sound of Haddock-sensei. Naruto, enough. Haddock-sensei yelled. This is still an exam, but you are just fighting for your country's honor. Leaders of the countries will come and watch. If Konoha do well in the third exam, our client statistic will increase. Do you get it now? Oh well, I guess I'm not out anymore. I get it. I simply said. Yeah, but why? Kiba-san exclaimed, why do we have to risk our lives in battle? Good question. A pregnant silence was eating us all up until Hokage decided to speak. The strength of the country is the strength of the village is the strength of the shinobi. My eyes narrowed slightly, but that disappeared again. And the strength of a shinobi is born through a life-risking battle. This is a life-risking battle. With your life and prestige on the line. I don't care what it is, Sabaku-san calmly said, just hurry up and tell us what this life-risking battle entails. Yes, I'd like to explain the third test, but Hokage was interrupted by an actually and a cough. I looked at the man in curiosity. I honestly apologize, Hokage-sama, from here on as the referee will you please allow me, Jaku-san asked. By all means, Hokage replied. Hello everyone, I'm Hade. Before the third test, there's a cough interrupted, something I'd like you to do. I could almost feel people thinking what is wrong with him and is he sick? It's a preliminary for the third test, to decide who gets to participate in the main event. Preliminary? Haruno-san asked. Preliminary? What do you mean? Shikamaru-san asked as well. Sensei, I don't understand this preliminary, but Haruno-san started, why aren't all the people here allowed to participate in the next test? Because the first and second test may have been too easy this year. A loud cough interrupted. We have a bit too many people remaining according to the Chunin exam rules. We must have a preliminary and reduce the number of participants for the third exam. Jaku-san stated. No way, Haruno-san muttered behind Uchiha-san and I. As Kakashi-san indicated earlier, there will be many guests at the third test. They will be placing bets, taking notes and will also help deciding who is most suitable to become a Chunin. So the fights could take too long and we're limited in time. Jaku-san explained. So anyway, those who are not feeling well, those who feel like quitting after these explanations, please come forward now. Since we will be starting the preliminary immediately. What? Right now? Kiba-san exclaimed. Alright, I made a promise to myself that I would never lose again, not now, not ever. I mentally exclaimed. I'm going to quit. I heard a person say. I looked at him in shock. Ikushi-san? I questioned. It's okay. I'm too injured to fight right now, so I have no choice but to quit. Yakushi-san said slowly. Is that all of you? Jaku-san asked. Yakushi-san had already left the area, leaving 20 participants. I sighed. There was no one who was going to quit now, as I noticed. Good, then I guess we will start the preliminary. This preliminary will consist of a one-on-one fighting. You will basically fight as if it was a real-life confrontation. Since we now have exactly 20 entrants, we will conduct 10 matches and the winner advances to the third test. There is basically no rules. The fights will go on until one of you dies, admits defeat or is knocked out. Jaku-san has been talking for a long time without coughing, but he coughed. If you don't want to die then quickly acknowledge defeat. But when I announce that the winner has clearly been established, I'll jump in and stop the fight. He sighed. And the object that will be controlling your destiny as a scoreboard became visible. Is this electric scoreboard will show the matchups for each battle. Now this is sudden, but let's announce as the first two names of the first fight. The board began to roll in names, and I gasped when it stopped. Uchiha Sasuke vs Okado Yoroi. I turned my gaze to Uchiha-san who was standing right behind me. Be careful, Uchiha-san. I said. You should think about yourself, Naruto. Uchiha-san replied. I furrowed my eyebrows in worry and was about to say something, but the proctor told all of them who wasn't mentioned to leave for the stands. And as told, we walked up once again. I glanced at Uchiha-san. These past couple of days had been like a disturbance in our lives. I just wanted to get this done and over so I could go home. But of course I could never do that. Is the competitors ready? Uchiha-san and Okado-san nodded. Then begin. And so they did. Normal POV. Yoroi launched a glowing palm against Sasuke's head, but he dodged it and kicked him on the knee. It caused him to almost lose balance and gave Sasuke another opportunity to attack. But unfortunately when Sasuke turned, Yoroi was gone. Sharingan. He thought, never letting his guard down. He took out some shurikens, and to everybody's complete shock, he threw them at the ram-sealed statue. Almost everyone thought that he was going crazy, but behind that statue was a sneaky sunglass bastard. Yoroi stared at the wire-controlled shurikens with widened eyes behind his sunglasses. The shurikens went past him in different direction, causing Yoroi to get caught to the statue. Fire style. Great Fire Dragon Jutsu. Sasuke yelled as a huge fire dragon rolled down the wires that were connected to his mouth. Yoroi was hit and a horrified scream was heard out through the whole area. Naruto sighed. Of course Sasuke would be so reckless. Okado-san isn't finished yet, Uchiha-san. You should have noticed that. Naruto thought. And from above a man named Okado Yoroi launched his glowing palm against Sasuke's head. This time, Sasuke didn't manage to dodge. He screamed in terror as he felt his chakra being drained and his mind beginning to blur. Hell no. I won't lose. He mentally scolded as he kicked the Okado off. Fire style. Phoenix Flower Jutsu. This time Yoroi could impossibly dodge. Balls of fire, AN. Once again I made it sound wrong. Flew out of Sasuke's mouth and one after one hitting Yoroi to a knockout victory. He moved to check on Yoroi. He coughed a few times and then pronounced, winner is, Uchiha Sasuke. Sasuke smirked and walked to the stand, still panting slightly. Great job Uchiha-san. Naruto commented. HN, thanks moron. He replied. The scoreboard picked two new names, this time Abumi Zaku and Aburam Shino. Good luck Shino-san. Naruto happily wished as Shino walked past them without a word. Naruto. Sasuke looked at the Uzumaki prodigy. Hi, Uchiha-san. He replied. What the hell is up with your politeness? I don't know. Naruto bluntly answered. I've been like this ever since I could remember. I've never felt a grudge against another person, only people I know is worth it. Hell, once I was even respectful towards my enemy and he tried to kill me. He laughed. What enemy? We've only had one dangerous mission or two if you count Tora the cat. Aoji Mizuki. Sasuke looked at him, really confused. He betrayed Konoha so I killed him. Okay, now Naruto was being too blunt. You're being too blunt. I am blonde. Sasuke sweat dropped. This was a genius. Naruto turned his gaze from Sasuke to the fight. Right now Zaku's arms were about to explode. He turned his gaze again and stopped this time to look at Hinata. He smiled as she looked at him, blushing. Winner is Aburam Shino. The Jeku pronounced. Tsurugi Misumi and Kankuro, please step forward. And so they did. Uchiha-san. Naruto said. Yeah? Why are you so rude? Too blunt a question. I was born this way and I don't need to be polite when I turn down fangirls, kill, avenger in this case not care about my emotions. Ouch, why do you hate me? You're an ass. I thought I was polite just a minute ago. 5 minutes. Right, sorry. A loud snap was heard and when Sasuke and Naruto looked down, Kankuro had already won. Winner is, Kankuro. A cough joined in on his conversation. Next up, Haruno Sakura and Yamanaka Ino. Good luck, Haruno-san, Yamanaka-san. Naruto waved to them as they walked past glaring at each other. They're going to kill each other, two less fangirls to worry about. Sasuke snorted as he smirked. Naruto chuckled. You know what they say, 2 dead 200 to go. 200? Seriously? That's an understatement. 300? Understatement. I'll win Naruto-kun's and Sasuke-kun's heart. Sakura exclaimed. Oh Kami-sama, they're going to fight for our hearts, Naruto whispered in horror. Yeah, what's wrong with our kidney or something less deadly? Sasuke joked. Naruto chuckled and after 10 minutes the fight was over, leaving a draw. 4th match has no winner. Hey coughed. 5th match, Tenten and Tamari. Chick fight. Maybe they'll do something else than talking about hair. Naruto commented. Or maybe they'll tear each other's clothes off. Sasuke perverted side came out. Uchiha-san, you pervert. Naruto muttered. Oh, look a fan. Guess you and Sabaku-san's sister matches, Uchiha-san. I hate you, Naruto. Why? You're still an ass. Hey dude always talking about my ass. Naruto muttered. Winner is, Tamari. Hey coughed out. Next match, Tsuchi-kin and Nara Shikamaru, please come down here. And so they did. 10 on the girl. 20 on the boy. That was the sound of Kakashi and Kurenai betting on who was going to win. Sasuke and Naruto sweat dropped inside. I'll go see Choji-san, Naruto muttered. I'll go see if Ino and Sakura are okay, Sasuke sighed. Choji-san, how are you? Naruto gave him a grin as Choji smiled at the whiskered boy. I'm doing fine, just so exhausted. Hey, if I come in a match with you, do you promise to hold back? I don't want to die today. They laughed together. I'll never kill my friends, that's for sure. A loud thud was heard and Naruto and Choji quickly turned back to the fight. Shikamaru won. Winner is, Nara Shikamaru. A pregnant silence spread in the room until Shikamaru came with his characteristic word, troublesome. Match 7, Inuzuka Kiba and Uzumaki Naruto. Hey, it announced. What? Kiba exclaimed. I don't want to die. Are you guys crazy? Naruto merely laughed at him and sent an evil glint towards Kiba. You're going down, Kiba-san. He dangerously whispered as he walked past Kiba and stopped at Hinata. Your hair is really beautiful. He smiled and she blushed. It was time. There on the fighting area were 2 honorable humans. Both serious and none of them scared, and Naruto, old pal, don't kill me Naruto. As said, none of them scared. Inuzuka Kiba Uzumaki Naruto. They're in the arena. I'm not promising anything, Kiba-san. Naruto gave him a charmingly smile. Dude. Kiba exclaimed. Is the participants ready? Jekuhade asked. Naruto and Kiba nodded in answer. Alright, begin. A smoke bomb was cast around Naruto as he heard a loud yell of man-beast clone. Naruto was inside the smoke still, thinking of a way to get his leaves inside the arena. His eyes were closed as he thought. Man-beast ultimative Taijutsu. Fang of Fang. Naruto shot his eyes open and jumped out of the smoke with an impressive speed. Windows, he thought when he looked at the giant hand statue. He smirked. Kiba-sen, I'm going to show you the true power of the leaves. He jumped on top of the statue with his hands in a ram seal as the statue is. Wind style. Arms of leaf. A mass of leaves came flying through the now broken window as they formed two hands on each of Naruto's sides. But Naruto's hands moved, as did the leaf hands. He jumped away from the statue and launched a claw at Kiba. Of course he was too far away, but when he launched the human claw, the leaf claw attacked as well. The leaves were close enough to Kiba, but they dodged it. The hell? Kiba yelled as he once again had dodged the leaves. Deciding to give up with the arms, after only one hit that had thrown Kiba into the wall, Naruto summoned the leaves to orbs. Wind style. Orbs of destruction. One after one the orbs flew towards Kiba, as they were easy to dodge, they expanded. Huh? Kiba questioned. I don't get your technique. You don't have to get it to lose to it. Naruto bluntly answered. I'll finish this off this time. The boar seal was formed and Naruto jumped to the air. Wind style. The orbs formed to plates as he now yelled out, cutting plates. 4 was sent after Kiba, as only one of them remained for Naruto to stand on. Give up, Kiba-san. What? I'll never give up, not to a smartass like you. Kiba exclaimed as he dodged the plate sent after him. Ever since the first day of the academy, I thought of you as this nice, smart guy. You were always shy, happy I never saw you frown. I don't know what happened to that guy, but this one I see before me is not him. Naruto's eyes widened. Have I really changed that much? You should admit it. You don't care about us, only about the respect from the civilians you never got. Kiba knew of Naruto's problem with the civilians. When I first met you I saw a friend. Now the only thing I see is a guy who is just like Sasuke. You never ever got your respect, did you? Naruto stuttered. Admit it. But his heartbeat increased. I never did want to change this much as Kiba, right? His eyes widened. I have a dream, Kiba-san. I don't have a family, people thinks I'm a no clan, I don't get that respect from the civilians as you guys get. They see me for the monster, not the jailer. Naruto never told anyone about the monster living inside him. He never even worried about that. Just as long as his friends liked him, for him. Naruto, that's not funny. I'm not meant to be funny, Kiba-san. I want a family, I want a clan, and I want the respect I deserve. I have to win, to prove myself. The last plate was thrown, catching Kiba off guard. It hit him in the stomach. He coughed out blood. Kiba fell to the ground and Naruto's eyes widened as he landed on the floor. Kiba-san. He ran worried over to Kiba. When Naruto arrived was Kiba half unconscious. Nice job, Naruto. Kiba whispered as he fell unconscious. Akamaru returned to his human form. A medic. He yelled as the medic nins ran their way to them. Hate stepped forward and sighed. Winner is Uzumaki Naruto. Hate pronounced. Kiba was sent away and Naruto walked up the stairs to the stands. His eyes were worried, he couldn't stop shaking. He didn't do it on purpose. He didn't know what just happened. The only thing he knew was that he would never do it again. Never, ever, ever. Then Naruto-kun, Hinata muttered, but Naruto caught it. Yeah, Hinata-san. He looked up at her and smiled. Someone liked him for who he was, right? Is Kiba-kun going to be alright? He is. I promise. Hyuga Neji and Hyuga Hinata, please come down here. Hade announced down at the arena. Naruto's eyes widened. He looked at Hinata, who was shaking in fear, trying to get her breath to normal again. It was hard to do so. Hinata-san, take care. The hell was that? Naruto just said take care, might as well just tell her don't get yourself killed, weakling. I am going to be fine, she muttered and left for the arena, still shaking slightly. Hinata-san, he thought as he watched the start of the match. I never thought I'd be facing you, Hinata-sama. Neji started. Neji Nai-san, Hinata muttered. Now begin the match. Hate proclaimed as he coughed. Before we begin the fight, I'd like to say something, Hinata-sama. Neji stated, you don't make a good shinobi forfeit now. Naruto narrowed his eyes at this, as Hinata's eyes became wide. You are too kind, you wish only for harmony and avoid conflicts, you agree with others, never resisting. He took a deep breath. And you have no confidence in yourself. I always feel your sense of inferiority, that's why I thought it would be best for you to remain a genin. I'll kill that guy. Naruto thought. But the Chunin exam can only be taken as a team of 3. You couldn't turn down your teammates' requests. Hinata was shaking with fear for her cousin as he continued. And unwillingly entered. This is reality. Am I wrong? And no, she stuttered, I just wanted to change myself, do it myself. Naruto's eyes widened. Don't change yourself, I love you for who you are, he thought. Hinata-sama, as I thought you are a spoiled brat from the main house, people cannot change themselves. Neji exclaimed. Losers are losers, their personality and strength will not change. Because people cannot change, differences are born, expressions like elite and losers are created. Looks, brain, ability, size, personality, all people judge and judged in these values. That guy, Naruto threateningly thought. Based on these unchangeable factors, people discriminate and are discriminated against. And they suffer within their own means. Just like the fact that I am from the branch house and you're from the main house cannot be changed, Neji continued. That's it. Neji stepped over the line when he said all those things. Would you shut up, Hyuga? Everyone looked at Naruto in surprise. I don't care what you think of Hinata-san, but saying it out loud is too much. She can change. The future cannot be predicted, only made out of our actions. He exclaimed. Hinata-san, kick his ass. Then Naruto-kun, she looked down as she felt confidence working its way up. I will not lose. Naruto-kun would never give up by Akugan. Her confidence was at her maximum and her eyes changed to something Naruto had never seen her do. Her eyes were almost shining as the chakra veins on the side of her eyes kept on streaming. She looked absolutely beautiful, well, in Naruto's eyes. Am I a fanboy if I squeal? Cause that is awesome. Her eyes changed, they're more confident. Neji angrily thought as he activated his Byakugan, both taking the Hyuga stance as they stared at each other angrily. Neji Nai-sen, I'll fight you and I won't run away. Hinata exclaimed as they both launched their chakra-infested palms at each other, both blocking, dodging and attacking as blue chakra flew out of their palms. It was an amazing sight. 2 Hyugas, 1 winner who goes directly to the finals. Hinata got an opening on Neji and hit him in the stomach with her palm. Neji watched it angrily that the little Hyuga princess could actually land a hit on him. That girl, he thought as the veins got even more visible down his face. I won't hesitate to kill you, Hinata-sama. He whispered. Up in the stands, Naruto watched carefully when a thought hit him. Wasn't the branch family supposed to protect Main? Of course they were supposed to, but why didn't Neji? Why would he want to hurt Hinata of the main household? I'll have to fight him to get answer. Just at that same minute, Hinata was hit and she gasped in pain. She panted when she was pushed to the floor of the arena. But thought back. Naruto-kun, what would you have done? Demon illusion, flashback, no jutsu. Okay class, we are here at the Hokage monument to learn about the past Hokages. Now does any one of you know which clan the first Hokage came from? Iruka asked his class with a smile on his face. It was his most successful class ever. Naruto quickly raised his hand as the only one and Iruka gave him permission to speak. The Senju clan. They were one of the founding clan of Konoha, also in my own clan known as distant relatives. Although there's only one Senju left and that's Hokage Juju's old student Senju Tsunade. She's known as one of the legendary 3 Sanins, alongside with Jiraiya-san and Orochimaru-san. Orochimaru-san went rogue a few years before the 4th was pronounced, Jiraiya-san was the 4th sensei and is now out traveling and writing books. Nobody knows what happened to Tsunade-san, but they know that she's alive. Very good Naruto, I would love to know how you knew about the 3 legendary Sanins. That's a topic we should be in on next week. When I first find out about something, I don't rest before I find it all. Naruto smiled. To never give up, that has always been Naruto's nindo. Demon illusion, Kai. I won't rest, she coughed some blood up. I won't rest before I win, I will find my answers to why you hate me. She coughed once again and stood up. Because I'll never give in until I find it all. She smiled slightly. Naruto stared down in disbelief. Hinata ran to her opponent and then time froze. Hinata-san, you should admit it. You don't care about us. Kiba's words kept playing games in his head. Admit it. Admit it. You were always shy, happy, I never saw you frown. Hinata-san. And then something unexpected happened. Naruto jumped out from the stands and down in front of Hinata and Neji as he took Neji's finishing attack on his back. He gasped and pulled the pained girl into an embrace and kissed her. Everyone around them stared in shock and disbelief. Never would they expect Naruto to jump out and do something as reckless as that. Not to mention that he was now lip-locking with the shy girl and as expected she fainted. This way, she won't feel the pain. Naruto thought as he looked down on the fainted girl in his arms. Arg, my back hurts. The medic nins ran their way to Hinata and Naruto. They took Hinata out of his arms as he almost pouted. He was just sulking. Naruto turned around and glared at the branch member. Hyuga-sen, his glare turned stronger. I know that you're probably a genius, but your fate is decided. I heard from your friends when you were fighting your battle that you wish to become Hokage. You might be as smart as the 4th Hokage your age, but you'll never achieve your dream. Fate cannot be changed, no matter how much you try. Neji proclaimed. The world isn't built on fate. It's built on living people. By how many steps we take, how many words we say, our world and future is built on our actions. Naruto started as he covered his eyes with his bangs. You say you cannot change fate, no matter how much you try. It looks like you were trying to prove yourself wrong when you almost killed Hinata-san. If I hadn't stepped in, you would have with greatest possibility killed her. Are you happy about that? Are you happy that you almost killed a part of your family? Neji closed his eyes and walked away. Walking away is the same as running away. Coward. Neji turned to glare at Naruto for his comment. When I fight you, I promised to win. And when that happened you would die trying. Neji finished. I'll kill that guy. Naruto thought as he transported through leaves up to the stand. Naruto. Naruto looked up to find his sensei. How was the kiss? Naruto blushed and Kakashi giggled as the pervert he was. 2 fights after, and the preliminary was finished. Lee didn't get as injured as people would have thought. The medic said that he would be up and ready in no time, I know it isn't true, but I have future use of him, so bear with it. Chaoji didn't win, but he did achieve the promised bar back as promised from Asuma. But that was first until later. Right now, the opponents for the final exam had to be found. Now tell me the numbers. Hayate said, as he had just finished passing out the numbers for the tournament. It's 8. Dosu informed. I've got 1. Naruto replied. 7. Temari answered. 5. Kankuro responded. 4. Sasuke retorted. 3. Gaara dangerously whispered. Troublesome 9. Shikamaru countered. 2. Neji reacted. 6. Shino bluntly as always said. But this is how the tournament will look like. Hayate said. Hey, that's what we drew numbers for. Shikamaru lazily yelled. When the board with the tournament opponents was shown, flashed Naruto, Neji an evil grin. Be ready to go down, Hyuga-san. I don't know how much stronger I'll get in a month, but it'll still be enough to win. What confidence, moron. Sasuke smirked. Uchiha-san. Naruto whined. Sorry, I just had to. Still disappointed about Temari-san's and Tenten-san's fight. Very they sighed in unison. How was the kiss with the Hyuga girl? Naruto blushed and looked away. For some reason the 2 boys were walking out of the arena without even thinking about hearing the rest of the tournament questions. That good. Shut up, Uchiha-san. Would it piss you off if I kiss her? If you even touch her, I'll castrate you with a spoon. No wait, I'll rip your arms and legs off and then castrate you with a spoon. Naruto yelled in anger. Geez, chillax, Naruto. Sasuke snickered. No, I'm serious. Naruto flashed him a foxy evil grin. I'll shove that spoon down your throat, moron. No, I've already ripped your arms and legs off. I'll headbutt it in your throat. Arg, that must hurt. Back with Shino and Shikamaru. When did they become best friends? Shikamaru asked. My best friend is Kiba, yours is Chaoji. Teammates get very close on missions. Why? Because they have to share tent. Shino replied. There's nothing worse than to share a tent with 2 dogs. There's only 1 dog on your team. You would think that. Back once again with Naruto and Sasuke. Why did you kiss her? To make her faint, because it is so cute. Sasuke asked sarcastically. No, when you faint your brain's not responding to your mind. Therefore when she fainted she couldn't feel her own emotions, to say it short she wouldn't feel the pain. Naruto intelligently replied. Oh, so you did it out of love? Yeah, pretty much. Smile and to kiss her smirk. Who's going to train us this month? Ipsan Haddock-sensei. Oh, Naruto, no fair. All is fair and I'm not going to finish that sentence. Thank God. Actually, Naruto, I'm going to train Sasuke here this month. We have a lot of work to do if he is going to fight Gaara. A mysterious voice sounded from behind them. They looked around and found Kakashi. Now it's your turn to hide and I to seek. A sweat dropped. Naruto was walking around the village in his casual clothes. Without any weapons on him, no headband, no gloves, no bandages and no jacket. He was just wearing his dark orange t-shirt over the knee, dark blue shorts and his shinobi sandals. Naruto-kun. A pink-haired girl called out. He turned his head and smiled as he waved at her. She approached him. Want to go with me to visit Lee-san? She asked. Of course, can we go to Hinata-san and Kiba-san as well? He answered and she nodded. Should we get some flowers first? She nodded once again. They walked together to the Yamanaka flower shop and walked in. Ino greeted Naruto rather happily. Naruto-kun. She shrieked. He waved and smiled. What can I do for you? Buying flowers for a special girl or something? She blinked fast to show off her eyelashes. One of them is a girl, yes. Haruno-san and I are going to visit Roxanne, Hinata-san and Kiba-san, so I thought about buying some flowers for them. He took a flower called Fleur de Lis. This flower should be the symbol of flame and determination, am I right? Ino nodded in response and he smiled as he took one of them. Frisia for innocence and thoughtfulness. Ino nodded once again and he took one of those. A snowdrop symbolizing hope. Another pair was taken. Sakura took the exact same as he did and walked over to pay. I'll pay. He offered. What? No. I can pay. She quickly stated. It's alright, I can do it. And so he did. See you, Yamanaka-san. He waved as he walked out with Sakura. They walked together to the hospital but stopped at the receptionist. We're here to visit Lee-san, Hinata-san and Kiba. Sakura informed the receptionist and she nodded as she told her the room numbers. They walked first off to Lee's room. Naruto knocked on the door and when there was no answer, he just opened it. "Roxanne, are you awake?" he asked but saw that there was no one there. Where is he?" he stuttered. 589-590 A sound came from outside. Naruto and Sakura walked to the window and looked down, only to see Lee training. "Roxanne," Naruto muttered. "Come on, Haruno-san," he demanded as they both jumped out of the window and down to Lee. "Roxanne, I've got to say that I admire you right now." Lee stopped counting on 596. "Why you do?" he asked in disbelief. Naruto nodded in response and took out the fleur-de-lis. It symbolizes flame and determination. "You're really admirable for your hard work. But I think you should rest now." Lee nodded and jumped up. "I'll be out in about 2 days. I'll be there to see your fight in a month," he reassured. "Great, I want you to see when I smash Hyuga-san's face in." Naruto laughed. "Naruto-kun, shouldn't you be training, by the way?" Sakura asked. "I should be but I don't have a sensei yet. After this, I'll be going to the hot springs to relax a little, then I'll find a sensei," he replied. 10 minutes into the visit and they were done there. "Thank you for the visit, Naruto-kun, Sakura-san," Lee said as he smiled at his two friends. "You're welcome, Roxanne," Naruto replied. "Anytime, Lee-san." She smiled. "Next stop, Kiba-san," Naruto proclaimed and they waved goodbye to Lee. At the door to Kiba's room they heard a loud, "Come on Akamaru, we'll fang the doctor's ass." A boy yelled. "And Yuzuka-san, please sit still, this is only a shot, it won't hurt at all," another voice proclaimed. Naruto and Sakura sweat dropped as they opened the door. Kiba was currently standing on his bed with a nurse who he assumed was a doctor trying to calm him down to give him the shot. "It didn't work, go away. I'll never let you give me that shot," he yelled. "Why does he even need a shot?" Sakura asked. "Painkillers maybe," Naruto replied. "But he looks all better," she trailed off when Kiba joined their conversation. "Say that to her." "Oh hey Naruto, buddy, Sakura girl." He smiled and waved at them. Akamaru yapped in greetings and Naruto and Sakura gave Kiba the flowers. The visit continued for like 10 minutes again when they had to leave because of the nurse that had to give him his shot. Of course Kiba growled in protest and began throwing out 40 insults he could think of on the spot. Now to Hinata-san's room, "Naruto-kun, are you nervous of how she will react?" Sakura asked as she blushed. I am, of course he was nervous. "Oh of course I'm nervous," he stuttered out. They were walking towards Hinata's room when they stopped on the track. "I'm kind of thirsty, I'll go get us something to drink," he offered and she nodded. They went down to the cafeteria to buy something to drink and take a little break from the boring hospital room. "What do you want?" he asked her when they reached the cafeteria. "I'll just have some green tea," she replied and smiled. They went up to order the drinks. "Haruno-san, could you go find us a table or something?" he asked. "2 green tea please." Sakura had already found them a table. She didn't really know why they had to stop right now. She guessed that he probably wanted to talk about his Hinata problem. She sighed. He came over to her with 2 objects in his hands and she smiled. "I guess you want to talk about it," she assumed. "I want to talk about what?" He did his best on not to sound too nervous. "Do you want to talk about your Hinata situation?" It's just, is it normal to be afraid of rejection?" he hesitantly asked. She furrowed her eyebrows. "Naruto-kun, it's normal for everyone to be afraid of rejection. In your case, you're afraid of her reaction to the kiss, am I right?" He nodded in response. "Then you'll have to suck it up and be a man." "Too blunt." That was too blunt an answer, he replied. "Get over it." Sakura gave him her innocent eyes as he sighed in depression. "Oh come on, don't be like that. Soon you'll be fighting that Neji guy and you're going to win because you are Uzumaki, Naruto-kun." A giggle interrupted them and they looked to find Ino and Shikamaru. "Hey guys." Sakura smiled. "Ah, Shikamaru-san, Yamanaka-san, what a pleasant surprise," Naruto politely stated. "Pleasant my ass. They totally interrupted our moment together." Inner Sakura screamed. "Naruto-kun, forehead girl, what are you guys doing here?" Ino asked innocently. "I should be asking that to you, Ino pig. We're here to visit Lee-san, Hinata-san and Kiba like I told you this morning, idiot," Sakura replied. "I mean, come on, we bought some flowers from you too, forehead," Ino hissed. "Ino pig." Sakura glared. "Troublesome women," Shikamaru muttered as he sighed in unison with Naruto. "Naruto, you guys still have flowers left? Who didn't you guys visit yet?" He smirked when he saw his blush. "Hinata, nah." Naruto sighed. "That obvious. I just needed some time to talk," he muttered. "Why, women are just troublesome." Ino and Sakura glared at Shikamaru at his statement. Don't look at me like that. You always get too emotional, you have mood swings, always trying to look good, constantly going on diets, not even caring about that guys don't find bones attractive, do I have to go on? Troublesome I had to say all that. Troublesome women. Naruto chuckled. As a kunoichi, you shouldn't go on diets. All the calories you take from food easily wore off by all the training. The calories that you don't train off keeps you alive for most parts. He smiled at the two girls. Naruto-kun, you're so smart. Ino said, sparkling. Ino pig. Don't hit on him, he just kissed Hinata-san. Sakura shouted and Naruto blushed. About that, why are you guys here? He asked. Here to visit Chouji. He overate at the barbecue shop and now we're here to visit him. We even brought some fruits just to tease him. Shikamaru replied. Well, we better get going, Haruno-san, we still have one visit left. Naruto said. It's weird I haven't been in contact with Kurama-nai in a long period of time. He thought. Kurama-nai-san. Kurama, wake the hell up. He decided to leave the matter for another time. Naruto and Sakura left Shikamaru and Ino and walked towards Hinata's room. Naruto was taking heavy breaths as they walked. Sakura noticed this and tried to comfort him all the way to Hinata. When they finally was at the door to Hinata's room, his breathing became heavier and heavier. I don't think I can do this, he muttered. Suck it up, chicken. Sakura teased. But, Hinata-san. Sakura interrupted as she walked into the room without knocking. Oh, Shino, Kiba. She repeated. What are you doing here, shouldn't you be in bed? Ha. Like Naruto is so strong to have me bound to a bed. Ha ha ha. Never. He determinedly said. It took you your time to come over. He looked at Naruto, who looked nervous. Here you go, Hinata-san, 2 freesias. Sakura took the freesia out of Naruto's hand and sat it in the vase where others had come to put their flowers for her. Now, how are you, Hinata-san? I am fine, thank you, Sakura-san. She stuttered and Naruto's heart began to beat faster. Their eyes met and Shino noticed this. Kiba, Sakura, maybe we should let them be for a while. He suggested. Good idea. Sakura agreed. You're the man, Shino. Kiba quickly said. Akamaru barked in agreement. They walked out of the room, leaving the 2 Konohanins to be. You Naruto stuttered. I know why you kissed me, Naruto-kun. She silently informed. Why you do? His eyes widened, maybe it was time. Why yeah. His heartbeat became faster and faster. It was for me, not to feel the pain. His heartbeat stopped going fast at that, was she really that dense? Or maybe she didn't want it to be out of love and I thank you for that, Naruto-kun. But shouldn't you be out training? She asked. Oh why yeah, he was purposely sad about the fact that she didn't know what that kiss also meant, but he just shrugged it off. He had a match to win, and train he should. I'll be fighting Hyuga-sen in the first match. I've always wanted to go up against a noble clan. Well, other than the Uchihas. He smiled at her. I have to go. See you, Hinata-san. He left the room. How did it go? Did you kiss again? Kaya, you did, didn't you? Sakura went fangirlishly. Naruto looked away, with a frown on his face. No, you can go in now, I have to find a sensei to train me. His saddened face said it all. The conversation didn't go that well. I have to find a sensei but first, some time to relax. To the hot springs. And to the hot springs he went. He walked into the hot springs and looked at the hot steaming water. He sighed. I'll have to talk to Hokage after this. I can't contact Kurama-nai. Maybe it has something to do with that seal the snake bastard put on me. This is so troublesome, he stopped his thinking for a moment. I sound like Shikamaru-san. Suddenly, Naruto heard a perverted giggle and he looked for the source. Walking over to the source, he found a man with white, long hair, tied in a ponytail. Excuse me, Oji-san, Naruto started, but the man just ignored him. Oji-san, no reply. He looked around and found a tree full of so many lovely leaves. Wind style, slicing leaves. The leaves individually began to spin really fast as shurikens and aimed themselves for the pervert. The pervert finally looked around only to see 3 leaves coming at him. Garg. He yelled out as he dodged the 3 leaves. What the hell was that for, brat? He pointed accusingly at Naruto, who just looked dumbfounded on the man. Oji-san, you should have more respect for women. Naruto bluntly said. You're too blunt, brat. So I've heard. Who are you, brat? You have an interesting ability. The peeping Tom asked. Uzumaki, Naruto. And you are? You don't know who I am? I'll take the short version. I am the greatest of all, the Toad Sannin, one of the legendary 3, Jiraiya-sama. He yelled out. Jiraiya-san, I didn't imagine you as a pervert. I'm no pervert. Naruto looked wondering at him. I'm a super pervert. He face faulted. Did he just admit to be a pervert? Sorry, super pervert. Naruto shrugged it off. This is a great opportunity. I could get trained by one of the 3 legendary Sannins. He smiled at Jiraiya. Jiraiya-sen, I'm looking for a person who can train me for the Chunin finals. I'm up against a prodigy, so I could use some help. No can do, kid. Hey, why not? You're too stupid looking. Naruto glared at him. Stupid looking. That wasn't even a reason. Wind style, leaf cannon. The leaves formed to blue glowing balls as they found their way towards the Sannin. Naruto smirked at his attack. The Sannin was running around in panic for the balls. Train me. Alright if oh no. If what? If you can find the right material. Take off your shirt. Eh? Are you a child toucher? No, I have to see something. Alright, but keep a distance please. He took off his shirt as he blushed in disbelief that he was showing this man his upper body. Stop staring, you pervert. Try to mold some chakra. Naruto did as told and molded some chakra. I'd like to use my chakra to beat the crap out of him. A seal became visible on his stomach and Jiraiya took a closer look. So he is Minato's child, he looks just like him. The seal however looks broken of some sort. But at the same time it looks okay. The two out-slipping entrances have been repaired. It's some weird pattern, I don't even think it's a seal. He moved back and saw something that shocked him, the cursed seal. Orochimaru. Boy, Jiraiya-san, when are you done, eye-raping me? The eye-raping him, I'll kill him before he knows of it. Jiraiya thought. You can take your shirt on again. And so he did. I'll take you in as my apprentice, you seem as a strong kid. I am. I'm a prodigy. The smartest since the 4th Hokage. Too blunt, brat, too blunt. So I've heard. I'm sure you have. Anyways, let's get started, there's only 1 month, if I'm right. Yeah. Naruto nodded. Oh, let's have fun then. I'll start with a chakra control exercise. I already did the tree exercise. How many others are there? The one I'll be teaching you is the water exercise. After that I'll give you what I give every one of my apprentices, meaning you and the 4th Hokage. It's a summoning contract, you'll be signing your name and blood and you'll be able to summon a toad. You've been teaching the 4th? Naruto asked in disbelief. Of course I did. What do they teach you brats in the academy? Geez. A lot of stuff. Too blunt. Naruto smiled. Let's get this over with, Naruto. Jiraiya smiled. An hour later and Naruto was still on with the water walking. He was panting heavily as he stood there on the water well almost. He was currently trying to hold his balance. I didn't know it would be this hard. He groaned. Wahahaha. That's just too bad, Naruto, my training is 100 times harder than that. Jiraiya teased. Arg. Naruto yelled out. I'll kill that damn pervert. I won't let him live, not today, not ever. There in the hot springs a boy, blonde hair, blue eyes, wearing casual clothes even though he's a ninja. He was panting heavily as he tried to keep standing on the water. He was shaking. His balance was bad at the point. This was tough, he said breathlessly. I guess you're not the genius you say you are, Jiraiya teased. Eh? I've already mastered it. The genius exclaimed, and for what I've been reading about, this training typically takes a week or 2. This is only 2nd day. Naruto, you lousy idiot, you didn't master it. You still need to work on your balance. But, no buts. Boo, I said no buts, now train. What did I just say? You said, I said no buts, now train. And what are you doing? Speaking with you whilst I train, sneaky kid. Another place, at the same time, Fukuku Naruto-kun will soon feel the urge to leave Konoha and Uzumaki body, nah. It's almost as good as the Sharingan. They heal faster and have powerful chakra. He could come to use. Orochimaru stated as he looked down on a kneeling Kabuto. Orochimaru-sama, that boy isn't normal. I'm worried about the reaction there will be sent to Kyuubi if you try to take over his body. You could be rejected and killed for real. Kyuubi is a powerful creature and this is in no way an insult towards you, Orochimaru-sama, but Kyuubi could easily overpower any kind of humans. He even killed the 4th Hokage, almost killed the 1st Hokage, and was only overpowered by the wood release and Uchiha Madara. Kabuto replied. Kyuubi will be no problem with the cursed seal, I've already blocked all contact and any kind of power from it. Now, Naruto-kun is as good as mine. He licked his lips with his tongue. But Naruto at the same time. Jiraiya was still staring at the full-out concentrating boy and sighed. Naruto, come here for a minute. Naruto looked at him in confusion but shrugged it off and jumped to land. What is it, Jiraiya-sensei? Ah, Jiraiya-sensei, a sweet ring in his ear. I am fully aware of the fact that you know about Kyuubi, he trailed off. Kurama. Naruto replied. Huh, Kurama? What are you talking about, brat? His name is Kurama. It was personally given to him by the sage of the 6 paths after the Jubi was divided apart to 9. Jiraiya slightly gaped. This kid, is he friends with Kurama? Jubi. He deeply thought. Tell me everything you know, kiddo. The sage defeated the most powerful demon in the ninja world, the Jubi, and was being praised as a god by virtue of his victory. In order to protect the world from the Jubi, the sage developed a technique to seal the beast within himself, allowing him to harness and control its terrifying power and making himself the first Jinchuriki. Although he had successfully sealed the Jubi, its power was so great that the seal would break after the sage's death, so he divided them. "That's good, brat. I guess I do get something out of teaching you," Jiraiya stated. Everybody does. Brat. Old perverted sensei, you remind me of Haddock sensei. Are you sure you're not his father? They both did have gray hair, both were really perverted and all. I'm not Kakashi's father, but I did know his father. Konoha's White Fang, an honorable man. He sacrificed a mission for his comrades' lives, but was only hated in return. He committed suicide after that. Oh poor Haddock sensei, I should buy him a gift. You could always give him my newest novel, A Lover's Violent Quarrel. Naruto gaped widely. This man, the honorable Jiraiya-sama, he is the author of those perverted books. He is the one that makes Haddock sensei red. Instead of teaching us, I've got to tell Uchiha-san, he'll help me kill him if I can't by myself. You know about this already? Are you a fan? I was hoping on some fans of a higher age group, but you could work as well. I'll kill you, old man. Wind style. Leaf cannon balls. The leaves collected in small balls, glowing blue, as he launched them after the poor Sannin. Brat, remember I'm your sensei. Jiraiya yelled as he dodged the high-speeded leaf cannons. Alright, you wanted to tell me something about Kurama Nai, right? Nai? He practically raised me. I see him as my older brother. Right, whatever, Jiraiya sighed. Anyways, I was going to ask you about the whole controlling his chakra thing, so do you know how to control the Kyubasa, Kurama's chakra? No, I never tried. Can I do that? Not with the cursed seal, blocking Kurama's entrance to our world. Sit down for a second. Naruto did as told and sat down. He got a little worried when Jiraiya took out a scroll and a pencil. It won't hurt, it won't hurt, it won't hurt. Naruto kept thinking. Jiraiya wrote some seals down on the paper and took Naruto's hand. He took out a kunai and slit Naruto's thumb. He then smashed some of the blood on Naruto's stomach and some on the paper. Naruto quickly noticed that the blood only covered the mysterious seal parts. Seal art. Cracking of a seal. Naruto gasped loudly when he felt his stomach crack. He clutched his gut in pain and winced. A quick passing out and an hour of waiting. He opened his eyes slowly. The pain had faded away and he smiled slightly when he heard a voice in the back of his head. Kid. Come on, answer me, I know you're awake. I am awake, Naruto replied in his thoughts. Jiraiya-sensei, when you're ready, try to mold Kurama's chakra. Jiraiya said. He took a deep inhaling and exhaled afterwards. Naruto took his hands and put them in a ram position and closed his eyes. He powered up for the blue chakra, which began slowly turning red. He began sweating a little and all the exhaustion from his last exercise began to ease up. He took his arms down and opened his eyes slowly as he adjusted the new power flowing within. He looked over at the Sannin that had a smile on his face. He smiled back. How was that, Jiraiya-sensei? He asked, ruffling his hair with his hand, lightly. Good for your first try, but the chakra has to turn red immediately. He folded his hands over his chest and continued, practice that a bit and return tomorrow. I'll give you the summoning contract and you'll practice summoning from there. He then disappeared in a smoke cloud. He just wants to do some more research, perverted old man. Naruto muttered. Okay, Kurama Nai, let's do it again. Remember now, kid, surpass your own chakra and only focus on mine. I'll give you as much power as your body can handle at this age, meaning not so much. You're so kind, Kurama Nai. Naruto thought sarcastically as he did the ram sign once again. I've missed you, Nai-san. An hour of training and he decided to head home again. On the way he was met by the civilians' glares. Once again, why am I even here? He sighed and covered his eyes with his bangs. Maybe, just maybe, they should try and feel the same pain as I. To understand the pain I feel, better go buy some groceries. He walked into the nearby grocery market and was met by a smile from the store owner. Maybe this is why I'm still in Konoha. People I want to protect are here, people who respect me as the human sacrifice, and not Kurama himself. He smiled to himself as he walked in with a basket in his hands. As he walked down the aisle in the fruit and green section, he suddenly bumped into someone. Guess who? Ah, Hinata-sama. Another Hyuga called out when he saw said blue-haired princess bump into someone. Hey, Hinata-san. I'm so sorry I didn't see you. Naruto apologized. He looked over at the dropped groceries and sighed. He took out his free hand to help Hinata, who just stared dumbfounded at him. She took his hand and he pulled her up. It's alright, and Naruto-kun. I didn't see you either. Hinata awkwardly replied. Hinata-sama, are you alright? A male Hyuga, supposedly from the branch, asked. I'm alright, Takuma. This is my friend, Uzumaki. Naruto-kun, Hinata said. Ah, Naruto-kun, I've heard a lot about you, not only from Hinata-sama, but also the elders as well. I'm Hyuga Takuma. You dropped your stuff. He quickly said with a smile. Yeah. I've just been out training with Jiraiya-sensei, so I'm pretty exhausted, sorry again. Naruto scratched the back of his head, cheekily. Ah, Jiraiya-sama is back. I didn't know. The older Hyuga, I didn't even know he was training anyone lately. Oh no, Takuma, we should probably find that salad soon, Hinata interrupted. And I should pick up my stuff. They already broke the 5 seconds rule. Naruto chuckled as he bent down to pick up his vegetables. I'll see you soon, Hinata-san. Hi, good luck with your training. And she disappeared quickly. When did she even get out of the hospital? Naruto thought. I visited her just this morning. He brought the stuff and left the store to head home. Before he could rest he made a quick but huge meal and went to bed for the day. Next morning he woke up with a headache but shrugged it off and got dressed in his usual ninja attire. Naruto walked down the street to meet up with Jiraiya. As he walked he began thinking again, is it really worth it to be here just because of my precious people? He spotted Jiraiya leaning up against a wall. He seemed to be waiting for him and really impatiently. Great, now we can start training. Come with me, Naruto. Jiraiya ordered. They walked in a long time before Naruto suddenly stopped. Roxanne. Huh? Naruto-kun. How are you? Lee asked as he stopped his training to walk over to him. I'm doing great. When did you get out of the hospital? Yesterday with Hinata-san and Kiba-kun. Is this your sensei for the Chunin exam? Yes it is, this is Jiraiya of the Sanins. Jiraiya-sensei, this is Rock Lee. Is he in the Chunin exam finals as well? Jiraiya asked. No, I lost in the preliminaries. Lee answered. Oh, that's sad. It is. After a quick goodbye they went to the waterfall of Konoha, but because of some girls bathing there, they had to take the smaller lake beside the waterfall. Okay Naruto. What I'm about to give is what I give almost every student of mine. The contract of the toads. This is a gift you should value in your life. I'm sure you already know about the function summoning, so I'm not going to explain that. He went through a couple of seals before he yelled out, summoning jutsu. A poof of smoke and a large frog appeared under Jiraiya with a scroll in his mouth. The toad stretched his tongue out to Naruto and dropped the scroll in front of him. Sign your name with blood and leave a print. Naruto did as told and wrote down his name and left a print. Now the seals are, boar dog bird monkey ram. Now try. And again, Naruto did as told and went through the hand seals with blood streaming out of his right thumb. Poor thumb, it's second time in 2 days, it gets cut up, poor thumb. He slammed his hand to the stony ground. Summoning jutsu. A poof of smoke and out came a toad. That's good for a start, but try focus on something slightly bigger. It was a little cute toady. Suddenly an idea popped to mind and Naruto grinned widely. Karaman-ai, could you lend me some chakra? He asked, never dropping his huge grin. Careful kid, I'm only kind once a week, but sure you can lend some. Alright thanks. He began molding the chakra. Boar dog bird monkey ram. He slammed his hand down at the ground once again. Summoning jutsu. A huge toad came out under Naruto as he landed on the head of the creature. The toad was as huge as the mountains and was wearing a coat and smoking on a pipe. Jiraiya, what do you want? The toad asked. Ah, Gamabunta. Brat. You have a bad taste in toads to summon. Jiraiya yelled and said brat whined. You're never satisfied. Naruto yelled back. I said bigger, not enormous. Shut up, stupid pervert. You got something bigger, be happy with that. Jiraiya, who is the brat on my head? Why does everybody feel like calling me a brat? I'm the most mature one of the rookie 9. Naruto whined once again. Because you summoned the boss. Jiraiya answered. Oh hey boss, what's up? I'm Uzumaki Naruto, and I summoned you. Naruto said with a smile as he jumped down in front of Gamabunta's eyes. Lenato's brat, nah. Gamabunta thought. I'm the great Gamabunta, the boss of the toads, you may call me your kami. You know I have a toad wallet I've named Gama-chan. How do you like it? Naruto smirked. It's pink. In Gama-chan's first appearance, it is pink and not green, so I'm taking it from there. Sorry Jiraiya, I don't approve of this brat, I'll probably kill him too soon. Gamabunta admitted. A month of training with the Toad Sannin had been tough for Uzumaki Naruto, but now the real deal had to start. The last day of training. You pervert, you should have been training me yesterday, instead of looking at naked woman. Naruto shouted at the Sannin in front of the bathhouse. Brat, can't you see I'm currently peeping? Jiraiya shouted back. I can see that, that's why I'm yelling at you, Jiraiya-sensei. Stop yelling at me, brat. They're going to notice it. A lot of stuff got thrown at Jiraiya as he was hit in the face by a sushi holder, Don't know what it is, sorry, and fell down, face first. He raised his head as tears ran down his face. He had a huge scratch too. You've just learned a valuable lesson, sensei. When peeking on women, don't stand on the roof. Naruto laughed. But seriously, tomorrow is the day and I need you to finish off my training. A serious look on his face and Jiraiya smiled at his antics. Kid, I'll give you a mission. Jiraiya started out and Naruto's face lit up, you have to spy on your competition. Naruto's sweat dropped. Hyuga-san is a sensory type, he will notice my presence without even trying. Naruto said. Well then you have to spy on a woman. A spy on a W woman, he blushed. What would Hinata-san not think of me? He glared at the Sannin. Let me fight you. Jiraiya gaped. You have guts, brat. Naruto smiled. I hate it. He frowned. Let's fight. But smiled once again. We'll start out with Taijutsu only, then ninjutsu and then kenjutsu. Hi, sensei. Naruto took his fighting position in front of the hot spring still. You want to do it in front of the hot springs? Jiraiya asked. Never said do and it with each other, sensei, Naruto thought, horrified. Let's just fight some random place, why not? He asked. Because I am hated here. Then they get to see me kick your ass. An. Your lovely author is too lazy to write the fighting scenes, so she will make it a next day. Next day. An. Didn't expect that one, ad smirk. Star. Naruto was walking casually to the arena when he saw Konohamaru, Mogi and Yuden. He smiled and waved at them. Naruto Nai-chan. Konohamaru yelled as the three ran towards him. We haven't seen you in a month. Where have you been? I've been training with Jiraiya-sensei at Taudo. He replied. And right now I have to be at the arena for the Chunin exam. Are you coming to watch or are going to the academy? We have to go to the academy. Konohamaru brooded. Well then, I'll take you guys to the academy, it is the same direction as the arena anyways. Naruto motioned for them to come with him and so they did. Naruto Nai, Konohamaru eagerly said. Naruto turned his head towards him with a smile on his face, telling Konohamaru to start talking. Who are you going to fight? I bet it's someone really strong. But not as strong as you, of course. I'm fighting a Hyuga prodigy, Hyuga Neji. But I've been training with one of the three Sannins, I'll be alright. He replied with a huge grin. That and I've done a lot of research about the Byakugan. I've heard about a secret and I intend to find out. Oh wow. I've heard about a lot of prodigies, but I've never heard of Hyuga Neji. He probably has some really cool moves. I just told him that. Naruto sighed. No matter what, I'll win. Remember, Konohamaru-chan, never go back on your words. They were now in front of the academy and Naruto waved in greetings to some of the teachers he knew. So, Mogi, Yuden, I expect you two to take care of Taudo. And Naruto disappeared in a swirl of leaves. At the entrance of the arena, there were two guards. Ah, Naruto-kun, you're here. Do you know when Sasuke-kun is coming? One of them asked. I'm sorry, I don't know where he is actually. He's probably lost on the road of life with Haddock-sensei. Naruto laughed. The two guards laughed too. That's Kakashi-san for you. Well, good luck, we'll be cheering you on from the outside. Thanks. Naruto walked past them with a smile and a wave and went to the inside of the arena. He saw with amazement in his eyes the audience. Wow, maybe today my dream, he smiled. Hinata-san, I will win against your cousin. Not only for your sake, but for the sake of all the people who had to suffer a trauma by his words. Naruto, nice to see you here. Where's pretty boy number 2? Shikamaru suddenly said. I don't know where he is. Naruto sighed. He is probably just late because I heard he was training with Haddock Kakashi, Shino explained. That's my thoughts too. They laughed slightly at their Sasuke Kakashi resembles. Well, except Shino, he never laughed. Hyuga-san, I look forward to fighting you. Whatever. Neji replied. Prick, prick, prick. I can't take this guy, I'll kick his ass to where the sun doesn't shine. Naruto fiercely thought. What an interesting attitude. Does his come with a face looking like an ass? Why, yes it does. Neji glared at him and Naruto smirked. There is something that I would like to tell you before the matches. Genma started as he looked for a piece of paper. Look at this. There has only been one change, Naruto muttered. Last time I had more fights than that. Shikamaru thought. At the Hokage stands. Oh, well, Kazuki Dono. The Hokage said as the Cage of the Sand sat down on the seat next to him. You must be tired from the journey. The third assumed. Not at all, good thing it's held here this time. Well, you're still young, the trip may have been too much for you, Hokage-sama. The fourth Kazuki said with a smooth voice. Maybe it's time you decide on a fifth. Sarutobi laughed. Please don't treat me like an old man, I intend to do this for another 5 years. Hiruzen said as he rose from his seat. Well, now let's begin. He walked to the edge of the balcony and as the wind blew he yelled out to all the people, thank you all for coming to the Hidden Leaf Chunin exam. We will now start the main tournament matches between the 8 participants that made it through the preliminaries. Please stay and watch till the end. If it's 8-1 seems to be missing. The fourth Kazuki said. Down with the contestants. Alright guys, this is the final test. Genma started. The arena is different from the prelims, but the rules are the same. There are none. You fight until one of you dies or acknowledges defeat, but if I determine that the fight is over, I'll step in and stop it, you got that? The participants nodded in response. Now the first fight, Uzumaki Naruto and Hyuga Neji. Those two will stay here whilst the rest of you go to the waiting room. But the audience. Hey Hinata, there's 2 free spots here. Kiba barked. Why yeah. Hinata stuttered. Naruto-kun, good luck. This will be good. Kiba said excited. Akamaru licked Kiba's chin and Kiba turned to him in question. When Akamaru whimpered slightly, Kiba got worried. Where? He looked in a direction the little dog had pointed him at and began to think hard. What is an Anbu doing here? What's going on? On the battlefield. You look like you have something to say. Neji said, knowingly. I've said it before, Hyuga-san. I will definitely win and you will definitely go down. Naruto narrowed his eyes warningly and in a glare. And I have said it before too, you will die trying. Neji activated his Byakugan. He has those eyes of true confident. I already know of his ability and there is no doubt that he was researching mine. Leaves TSK, what kind of ability is that? Now for the first fight, begin. Genma shouted. Naruto jumped back to keep a good distance. I'm a long-range fighter and he's a close-range fighter. There is no doubt that I will win this. For what I have read about the Byakugan can see 360 degrees, it can see through things and see miles away, he can see my chakra points. I must not get too close to him. Naruto fights through leaves, but how he controls the leaves, I don't know. As long as I get to his chakra, I will get the upper hand. But he is too smart to just step forward and let me attack him, I'll have to earn that. Neji thought as he waited for Naruto to attack. So, what I know about a normal eye is that the eye is egg-shaped, that probably explains the 360 degrees, but the optic nerve is every eye's blind spot. It goes from the back of the eyes in the corner and down to the back. So, if my theory is right, the blind spot of the Byakugan is on the center of his back. Naruto thought as he looked at the trees in the arena. He smirked and focused. He's going to attack now. Neji knowingly thought. A couple of leaves gathered around the Hyuga and single leaves, but surrounded him. Is that all he got? That's way too easy. Should I already use rotation or should I just jump out of it? I'll jump out. Neji did as he thought when he heard a cry of leaf shuriken and jumped out. You better start taking me seriously, Naruto. He took the Hyuga fighting stance. The Jutsu Naruto glared at the Hyuga. I'll start taking you seriously when I know that I will lose. Wind style. Leaf cannonballs. The leaves gathered into small balls glowing blue and was sent towards the Hyuga. Rotation, Neji yelled as he rotated with chakra flowing out of him. That's weak, oof. One of the cannonballs had hit him in the back. Just as I thought. Your blind spot is like every other human. The optic nerve. This was way too easy, if you ask me. Naruto laughed. 8 trigrams 64 palms. Naruto gasped when the first two hit him. He didn't expect Neji to recover so fast. 2 palms, 4 palms, 8 palms, 16 palms, 32 palms, 64 palms. Neji chuckled evilly as Naruto fell to his knees in pain. A Hyuga never let his opponents win, even though they found their blind spot. You're as good as done, Naruto, you won't be able to move, fight or use your chakra in a while. Naruto coughed. Damn it, I didn't expect this to happen. But I have to win. What about all my training, Karaman-ai, Karaman-ai? When Naruto felt a foot on his back, he collapsed completely. Erg. He groaned in pain. You will not be moving any longer than this, you are a failure as a genius. It may sound impossible, but it is true. What is this? Neji asked surprised as red chakra began to flow out of the Uzumaki. What, this is impossible. I hit all of his chakra points. What is this red chakra? He removed his foot in shock when he felt the red chakra burning it. Naruto sat up from his earlier position of lying down and after stood up completely. I have already said everything. I will win, even if I must use power that doesn't belong to me. But the cages. What an interesting kid you got there, Hokage-sama. Can you tell me a little about him? The Kazekage asked. I feel some bad vibes from this guy here is inside, but smiled. That is Uzumaki Naruto, our most honored prodigy. He is as strong and as smart as the 4th Hokage when he was his age. An incredible child to say. He is worth the Chunin rank, but I fear he is not ready. Oh, so he is from the feared Uzumaki clan, impressive. But does he know any kind of sealing art? Yes he does, but not all that much. He is rather fascinated by the power of the leaves. Hiruzen glanced at the Kazekage. Do you have something else on your mind, Kazekage Dono? No, the Hyuga kid seems interesting too, but I kind of like the Uzumaki kid better. But the audience? Where is that Sasuke kid? If he doesn't show up, did Garabaki, the leader of the Sand siblings, thought. Although this invasion, I wonder why the Iwa Shinobis wanted so badly to join in. I mean, I know of their history with the leaf, but why did they want to join us so suddenly? Baki looked around among the audience and saw all the Iwa Shinobis in disguise. Sand and Iwa had to make their move soon, but if the Uchiha didn't show up, that could mean trouble. Although Iwa only requested one small thing in favor the Uzumaki kid. In the waiting room. Ah, what's that weird and troublesome chakra? Shikamaru asked. Naruto has many secrets. Shino simply asked. Bara on the other hand was wide-eyed and in almost shock. This is the but how is he able to control it without losing control or the whole audience screaming in terror, Gaara thought. I've never seen Gaara like this before, is it really all because of the Uzumaki brat's red chakra? This is too weird. Kankuro thought, also wide-eyed. This is an interesting fight, I wonder who will win. The weird man lady with the scary eyes or the lover boy blondie? Tamari thought with a smirk on her face. On the battlefield. Geez, this fight is going out of hand, Genma thought as he sweat dropped at the two boys' stamina and seriousness. I guess that means they just have to fire off some cannons, get it? Naruto used leaf cannonballs. I'm the only one who shares my own thoughts, I feel lonely. When you use power that don't belong to you, what do you mean by that? An exhausted Hyuga asked, the not so exhausted but still panting, Uzumaki. None of your business, Hyuga-san. Naruto glared. Kit, do you think he's looking underneath you clothes with those eyes, right now? Kurama asked, and Naruto blushed at that. What the hell? You, gross. I'm in love with his cousin. Naruto gagged, and Neji looked weirdly at him. Speaking of the shy girl, do you think she also does it? Maybe that's why she always blushes around you. She's seen the member of your pack and is a super pervert. Ramen, if you keep saying those things about Hinata-san, I'll kill you. Naruto growled, and Neji began to feel a little concerned, a little. Then give me everything you have, Uzumaki Naruto. Neji said with narrowed eyes and in the Hyuga fighting position. Ah, he wants your package. Arg, Karaman. Why is Naruto suddenly blushing, Neji thought. But the audience. Why is Naruto-kun blushing, and so suddenly too? Ino asked Sakura, who sat beside her. I don't know, Naruto-kun blushes at a lot of things. He's really shy, you know. Sakura replied. Hey, is it okay if we sit here? A voice came from behind them. Sakura and Ino turned to see Chaoji and Lee. Ah, Chaoji, Lee-san. Sakura sparkled out. On the battlefield. You want everything I got, fine. The red chakra around him began to grow stronger and stronger, and the wind blew strongly too. But don't blame me when you die. Naruto chuckled evilly and with a maniacal look on his face. Naruto and Neji both jumped to the air and pulled out 2 shuriken each and threw it at each other, but the shurikens didn't make it that far when they connected. They both landed on the ground and Naruto began to run towards Neji in full speed. If he hit me with that speed, I'll rotation. Neji thought fast as he formed the rotation. But the audience. How come Neji Nai-san knows about the rotation, Hinata asked Kiba. I don't even know what that is. Kiba admitted. The secret of the rotation is only known by the head of the whole clan, my father. To think that Neji Nai-san probably invented it out on his own, he figured out the secret. He's really a true genius. Amazing. Hinata said, fully amazed by the match. Wow, she only stuttered once. Did she grow more confident overnight? Kiba thought. With Naruto's will, your cousin will never win. On the battlefield. Crash. That was the sound of the two connecting their attacks, only to explode. A huge cloud of dirt was formed and the two of them broke apart when they flew away from each other. The whole place became quiet, nobody moved, there were 2 holes in the ground, both of them having 1 prodigy in them. The clouds cleared and there were only the 2 holes, as mentioned, were there. But the audience. Which one is 1? Sakura exclaimed. I don't know, I didn't see. Ino freaked. I can't believe this is incredible, Shikamaru muttered as he was gaping at the scenery. The smoke had already cleared and the 2 holes in the ground didn't show any movements or sign that there was life. Naruto and Neji both released powerful chakra that could have led to double kill. Even though I do think that Naruto's chakra was more powerful, I still think that combining the red and blue would turn purple. Shino wisely said. Why purple? Purple is the typical sign of death. Your skin color would automatically have turned purple when you don't breathe. If I didn't know Naruto any better, I would have thought that he did it on purpose. He killed Neji and himself on purpose. I would have said I wonder why, but I'm not that stupid. Naruto's not dead, he was just trying to beat some sense into Hinata's cousin. You know, he might seem like a genius, but in reality he is pretty stupid. Neji could be dead. But he isn't. Shikamaru, could is the keyword. Use it with care. Shikamaru chuckled. Naruto is really too kind to kill. On the battlefield. Genma walked to one of the holes in the ground. Damn. He sighed. They really did try to kill each other. I wonder if I should make a joke about this or not. Nah, they would probably kill me if I tried. Another sigh and he looked down on the hole closest to the waiting rooms. The body in the hole twitched in pain, but also had the determination to get up and fight again. The body groaned and got up on his knees. Genma walked to the other hole, satisfied with the result of one being alive. He looked down to see the second body moving and groaning. They never give up, prodigies, that is. He smirked slightly. The 2 bodies were now both up on their knees and they tried to keep their balance. I should have known that you are better than what fate had predicted, Uzumaki Naruto, you really are a worthy opponent. Neji muttered as he looked up to see Genma standing in front of him. Both alive and moving as noted. Do your best not to kill me along with ya, stupid. Genma chuckled. So he is still alive, Neji sighed and got up on his feet, and so did Naruto in the other hole. Ramen Ai is healing me, I am refreshed again, it feels like he's exhausted. Like he has already used up most of his chakra, Naruto thought as he was currently staring at the back of the Hyuga prodigy. If he is lacking chakra, I should use ninjutsu only. He formed the seal of the ram and closed his eyes. Uzumaki Naruto, I will surely make you regret doing this, Neji called out, and Naruto snapped his eyes open. But the audience. Naruto-kun, Kiba-kun, how are they still able to move? That was a really powerful attack on both parts. Hinata asked in worry. Naruto's attack probably cancelled out Neji's. I am really bad at figuring out their strategy, so I'll just come clean. Prodigies have thick heads. Kiba replied. Another place with the audience. I don't like this at all, Sakura muttered. Neji and Naruto are truly strong opponents. Lee thought with a sad face. No wonder I didn't make it any further than the preliminaries. I'm guessing that Gaara fellow is just as strong as them, if not stronger. It looks like Neji is low on chakra, he can't use that rotation technique anymore, but Naruto looks all refreshed and is probably high on chakra, this is a clear win. Chaoji stated as he munched on some barback chips. Ino agreed, if I didn't know Naruto-kun any better, I would have instantly thought that he was low. But seeing all his stamina back from the academy, he couldn't possibly be low on chakra so soon into the battle. I wonder about the bruise on his neck. I know Kaka-sensei said that it would be fine, but I still worry, how can't I? He looked so terrifying with that ready-to-kill attitude in the forest of death when we were fighting the Odo Nins. Sakura thought with a frown. I hated watching it, the pained expression on the Odo Nin's face, Naruto-kun's emotionless expression, the way he looked at the whole area he had destroyed with so much ease, he looked horrified of his own power. Good luck, Naruto-kun. But the cages. Those prodigies just won't give up, Hokage-sama. The Kazuki chuckled. You have some worthy warriors there. I wouldn't mind if at least one of them became a Chunin. It seems like the Uzumaki kid is going to win. Naruto is full of surprises. Out of all the academy's graduates, Naruto had the most powerful chakra. I even think that one day he is going to surpass me, just like how our beloved 4th Hokage did the fateful night that he defeated the Kyuubi. Hiruzen replied with a smile on his face. You seem to think highly of Naruto-kun, for what reason, might I ask? This guy, he talks more than the rumors, says Hiruzen still smiled. Naruto is like a grandson to me. I already have a little grandson that sees Naruto as his big brother, so he is like family to everyone who bears the Sarutobi name. On the battlefield, Naruto were glaring at the back of Hyuga Neji, who turned around the instant he felt chakra movement from Naruto. The ram seal that he had held from before was now released, and Naruto's eyes were closed. If you don't like your destiny, don't accept it. Instead, have the courage to change it the way you want it to be. What? Neji muttered. When a bird is caged up, it never forgets the freedom it once had. The feeling of how to fly, to do as it pleased, to decide its own fate, it never gives up. But you did. Naruto continued. I'm only going to tell you this once, so listen well. When I become Hokage, I promise to be the best Hokage ever and free you from your life as a caged bird. I will reunite the main and branch family and make you all as one. Do you really think it's that easy? Neji yelled. No, but I never had a family. So it pains me to see others suffering, exactly because of the things I never had. It pains me to see you people hurt each other, not even caring that one another is family. I hate scum like you. He growled. Scum like that doesn't even deserve to live, so I am actually doing you a favor. Think carefully. How do you think Hinata-san felt when you injured her like that? This guy, how can he even still think about this when we are fighting for our lives? Neji activated his Byakugan. I can't imagine how she felt, because I'm never in that condition. It's her own fault for being the weakling she is. Shut up. Naruto recollected his hands in the ram seal. Even though you hate her, she is still your family. Even though you hate her, she's a comrade of this village. You shouldn't even be thinking about trying to kill her. A storm of leaves gathered around Neji and Naruto, and Genma tried to stay out of it as much as possible. Genma sighed. This year's Chunin exams are going to be the end of me. He took hands up to defend himself from the winds. And I'm not even a competitor. I'm going to beat you up with twice the pain you caused her. Not only green leaves, but leaves in every color of the autumn began to collect. Red, brown, yellow, green, it was all drawn to him in a matter of seconds by the powerful wind. He stretched his arm out as a sign for the leaves to attack, and they did as ordered. They surrounded Neji fully, not against his body, but in the air. Neji was panting heavily. I'm almost out of chakra, but I have to get these things away from me. He placed a foot in front of himself and took his hands up and began to spin. Rotation. It was a little rotation, but it was enough to shake of the leaves. But Neji's exhaustion took over and he fell to one knee. Finally. You've reached your limit. Haven't you, Hyuga-san? Naruto asked, emotionless. How I shouldn't be this exhausted after that, Neji panted. I know. Wind style. Extinguish of the leaves. It allows me to turn off your chakra by simply suck the chakra into the unfilled coils in the leaves. Naruto explained. It's a technique I developed under the 1-month training session. How come I'm not exhausted yet? Neji growled at Naruto's stubbornness. Because I have someone I want to protect. And when you are protecting someone precious to you, you will become truly strong. Naruto finished. You took that from the Kiri boy, right? Kurama asked amused. Do you really think that I could come up with such a thing myself? Naruto mentally laughed. No, you're not smart enough. Kurama Ai-san, why do you hate me so much? Because I miss the cute little brat who wasn't hormone crazy. Ai-san. Naruto blushed on the outside in embarrassment. What is he doing? This is the second time he is blushing, Neji thought. But the audience. Naruto-kun, what is up with you and blushing? Sakura thought. Is he blushing again? Ino asked. Naruto-kun truly is shy, nah. Lee commented. Oh, that's not just a blush. That's Naruto's oh no, someone said something embarrassing blush. Chaoji joined in. But nobody said anything. Sakura replied. He's been doing that ever since we were in the academy. Every time he would space out and poof, the oh no, someone said something embarrassing blush shows up. It's pretty amusing actually. He laughed. But we still wonder, who is he talking to? But the competitors. Troublesome, Shikamaru mumbled. Idiot. Shino sighed. But the cages. Why is Uzumaki blushing? The Kazekage questioned. That's his private time with Kurama-kun. Hiruzen laughed. Kurama-kun. Even the 9 demons have a name, Kazekage Dono. On the battlefield. You're humiliating yourself, Naruto. Neji plainly told him. Naruto stuttered. You've almost gone through all the vocals. Why M is not a vocal. Shut up. Naruto yelled childishly. This is going to be the last move and then you're done for. He formed his hands into a tiger seal, then monkey, boar, dragon and for the last, a snake. This is a jutsu I haven't used since my first kill. But the audience. What? Chaoji yelled as he rose from his seat in a heartbeat. Huh? The 3 other genins wondered as they looked at their comrade. At jutsu he had it forbidden himself. It takes ultra-large chakra and lots of energy. With his current amount he could possibly die from just trying. Chaoji started to shake lightly. The 4 genins heard some footsteps and looked behind them. Chaoji. This is bad. Kiba exclaimed when he arrived with Hinata by his side. If he uses a T this could go horribly wrong. Hinata joined in. Akamaru barked in agreement. Is the jutsu really that bad? Sakura asked. This jutsu was used to stop a Chunin level traitor of this village. He killed one of our teachers from the academy by just using a small amount of it. And even after that, Naruto was in a coma for 3 weeks. Kiba explained. On the battlefield. Demon wind. Foxes of leaf. Naruto yelled and leaves from every direction came to sight with the red chakra flowing around them. The leaves began to form into huge red foxes with green eyes. Demon wind. Fire leaf. But the audience. He also prohibited this technique exactly because it is different from his current jutsus. Naruto doesn't know this, but we do. The red chakra from before is the exact same as the chakra he used whilst killing Mizuki-sensei. Chaoji continued from where Kiba left off. So this red chakra, what is it exactly? Sakura asked. We don't know, but it's dangerous. Kiba replied. We have to stop him. Hinata proclaimed. How do we stop an A rank technique? He continued. A rank? From how you guys explained it, I would have assumed that it was an S rank. Ino joined in. That's right. Ino-san, didn't you have the mind transfer jutsu? Lee asked. I do, but am I really allowed to use it at this kind of situation? She wondered. Ino pig, do you really want Naruto-kun in a coma? Sakura threatened. And no, she sighed. Fine. She formed her hands into the seal of the mind transfer technique. Mind transfer jutsu. She whispered as she hit Naruto perfectly from her position. Alright, I'm in. On the battlefield. The foxes of leaves began to slowly fall apart and people around began to wonder. Even Neji wondered. The incoming leaves around fell to the ground in an instant and once again, people wondered. I'm sorry, Naruto-kun, but this is how it has to end. What the hell, the power from before it disappeared. Neji muttered. What the hell happened? Naruto-kun, this body is seriously in pain. Ino thought as she clutched the guts of the stolen body. Especially the neck and shoulder part. She took the other hand to the neck and began to rub it calmly. How the hell did you survive this? Genma stepped forward. Uzumaki Naruto is disqualified because of illegal use of forbidden jutsus. He raised his hand to Neji. Hyuga Neji won this round. Neji's eyes widened and so did Naruto's body. What? No. Naruto-kun, why did you have to do this? Ino cancelled the jutsu and flew back into her own body. Naruto muttered. What just happened? That blonde bimbo, she ruined your chance of winning. Huh? What blonde bimbo? What the why am I clenching my stomach and neck? Do you remember the technique you used against Mizuki? Yeah, how couldn't I? I was about to use it just now. Those bastards. They don't even know that your body is able to control my chakra now. You should be mad they ruined your chance of revenge, you should be furious. Furious, I tell you. Kurama shouted angrily. Ah, why aren't you furious? I was so close, damn it. Naruto mentally yelled. His chest began to tighten as the anger within him grew. Why would they stop me, why now? Why the hell did they stop me? Get not that angry. But the competitors. That was just now, that was Ino's mind transfer technique, idiots. They really thought that he wouldn't be able to survive this, Shikamaru muttered. Well, technically Naruto's body has grown a lot, but they're just not that smart. Why? If they really were all that clever, they wouldn't have interfered like that. They should have waited to see before they should judge. Shino commented. Uzumaki, Naruto, just now do you know the power of the monster? Do you know the feeling of killing for yourself? Then why would you have tried to kill that Hyuga? Gaara wondered. That kid, those foxes, that chakra, it all feels so familiar. Kankuro thought out loud. Kankuro, don't talk so loudly. Temari ordered. But the cages. I'm disqualified. And here I thought he was one of the good ones. It seems like he holds a grudge against something. The Kazekage said. Oh, Naruto isn't the one to hold a grudge against anyone. That was the Yamanaka clan's mind transfer technique. Whoever used it fully knew the disadvantages of such a powerful jutsu. The old man replied, and the Kazekage looked at him in wonder. You see, Naruto used that technique against a traitor in the academy at the age of 9. When he used it, he released a huge and impossible amount of chakra. After that time he went in a coma for 3 weeks. How is he really that powerful? Hiruzen laughed. Please, Naruto might not be as strong as the first Hokage his age, but he is as strong as the second, me, and at the same strength as the fourth, his age. The whole ninja village has high hopes for Naruto. It would be a shame if he chooses the wrong path. But he is disqualified now, what would you do? He has to learn to accept a few things. On the battlefield. But I didn't. What the Naruto was absolutely speechless. It was an impossible task for him right there at the moment. But he sighed and showed a sad expression on his face. I couldn't take revenge for Hinata-san. It felt like I was out of my body for a minute or so, but why am I disqualified? There isn't a law against self-proclaimed forbidden jutsus, are there? Naruto thought as he looked up at the cage stand and then over to the part of the audience where the other members of the Rookie 9 and Team Guy stood. Ino was still recovering from having to take over Naruto's body. Hinata was still shocked after hearing the announcement of Naruto's status in the tournament. Sakura was helping Ino recover. Lee, Kiba and Chaoji were staring wide-eyed at the battlefield, also in shock. They did it, he growled slightly as he thought of running up there to teach them a lesson or two. But the cages. Why again was he disqualified? It was just a forbidden jutsu that he could have taken on easily at that age. The Kazekage questioned. Naruto told me that if he ever used the jutsu against another leaf shinobi, we had to stop him by any means necessary. Disqualify him was probably the best way to do it. Naruto can intend to be rather murderous when he uses such a jutsu. Hiruzen replied. It seems like he used it out of his own will, so that's not really a reason to disqualify him, now is it? Yes, it is. There was no hesitation when Hiruzen said those words in a simple statement. He went over the line when he used a jutsu he had deemed forbidden himself. There is no doubt that he would have hated us if he hadn't stopped him. So, what you're saying is that he is literally a monster when he uses that technique. Isn't that going overboard? No, I'm saying that he would rather kill himself than killing another leaf ninja who wasn't a traitor or anything like that. And from what I can see, or from what everyone in this arena can see, Hyuga Neji didn't do anything towards the village. I have another question, the Kazekage informed. When is Uchiha Sasuke arriving? I was looking forward to his match. To be honest, I don't know. But with Hada Kakashi as his sensei, he is probably lost on the road of life. He laughed. But the audience. And Naruto-kun looks mad, Hinata stuttered out. Was this W wrong? The 6 genins heard footsteps from behind and turned around immediately. Oi, you troublesome people, I can't believe what you just did. Shikamaru scolded lazily. Naruto could have taken care of that situation alone. He was going to be disqualified anyways. As Shikamaru-kun, we're sorry. She apologized. But if not he could maybe have killed Neji Nai-sensei and or he doesn't want that. Hinata, Neji tried to kill you and Naruto wanted revenge for the damages he did towards you. You should all have known that everything he did it for his friends, us. You should really be ashamed of yourselves. Shikamaru said and walked back. I never get to speak, Shino quietly complained and followed Shikamaru out. On the battlefield. I don't want to be mad at them, but they literally don't give me a choice, Naruto thought as he left the arena by using the teleportation jutsu. He disappeared in a whirl of leaves. This I won, Neji thought right before he passed out cold. The medic people rushed to the battlefield to help Neji out. They carried him up on the stretcher and carried him out from the arena. The crowd was still shocked after the whole battle and was therefore silent. I guess I didn't die. Mama, I'm coming home today. Genma thought childishly. Though what possessed him to use the jutsu after all that happened between him and Mizuki? Oh crap, I'm gonna think about this all night. With Naruto reappeared in front of the gates of the arena's gates. He was going to smash something, that's for sure. No, I don't have time to smash anything right now. I have to confront them. I have to tell them about this. He ran his way, not even bothering to think that he could just teleport up through the stairs and to the place where the audience was sitting at the moment. Spotting his friends, Naruto ran towards them. He was beyond angry, he was beyond furious. What was worse, really? You guys, he growled out in anger. Why did you do that? Don't you know anything? His face was red of anger and he was on the edge to freak out. I knew what I was doing. I could have taken care of that myself. Shut up, Naruto. Kiba interfered. It's because we didn't react the last time that you ended up in a coma for 3 weeks. And on top of that, you killed a person. We're your friends, you should try to depend on us sometimes instead of acting all high and mighty. It's because you're my friends that I don't want to depend on you. I would never burden you guys with anything. Naruto retorted. Then Naruto-kun, Hinata softly said, maybe you should just give us a chance to carry some of your burdens. I think you have a too big of a weight on your shoulders. Please, Naruto-kun, just. No, I have already decided. The words came out in forms of small pants as Naruto continued. From now on, we're all no longer more than comrades of the village hidden in the leaves. And with that, he walked away from the stunned group of genins. Did he just cut off our friendship? Chaoji asked, who was astonished by the words that came out of Naruto. Who does he think he is? It's not like he was the not keeping us all together. Kiba growled. He wasn't right. Silence filled the air as they were all trying to figure out if Naruto really was the knot who kept them together. He was actually, Chaoji answered. If he wasn't there, it would just have been Shikamaru, Ino and I know Naruto in the picture. And we would just have been the three of us T2, Kiba-kun, Hinata replied. I don't even know if I would even have had any friends if he didn't come to help Ino and I the day we fought for real. If he hadn't come, then Ino and I would have broken all ties with each other, but because of his words, we stayed together as friends, but also as rivals. Sakura said, with a sad facial expression. Naruto-kun was truly amazing in the fight between Hinata-san and Neji. I would have loved to get to know him better. I'm sorry guys, I was the one who suggested to get Ino to use her mind transfer technique. Lee sighed, with a frown. Maybe we should confront Neji about this, Ino suggested, and the genins turned to her with a weird facial expression. I mean, if we can make him agree for a rematch, then maybe Naruto-kun would reconsider his choice. But wouldn't that be too troublesome for the people? Plus, we'll have to wait until Neji is fully charged with his chakra until he can do a rematch. And until that time, wouldn't it already be by last round or so? Kiba asked. No problem, it's already Shikamaru's turn. Chaoji chuckled. His turn is the last one, Ino asked. That's the joke. Hinata looked at her teammate and saw this as an opportunity to run for it. On the battlefield. Troublesome, I can't believe it's already my turn, look at this arena, it's all messy and stuff. That stupid fan on her back is her weapon, troublesome to no end. I don't even need to think about what to do, with the way I saw her fight 10-10 of Team 9, her style can be very destructive, damn my luck. Shikamaru thought, clearly annoyed by the fact Kankuro had forfeited, Sasuke was nowhere near. This is gonna be easy, this guy is lazy. We won't always be running around all the time, I would get him with the first hit. Tamari thought, with a smirk. But Naruto. He heard footsteps coming from behind and was about to turn when he was tackled to the ground. Oof. Naruto groaned. He looked at the corner of his eyes as he was laying with the front to the floor and saw a hint of midnight blue. Naruto-kun. In the arena's infirmary section. Neji was groaning in pain over the battle with Naruto. Even though he knew he was strong, he didn't expect him to actually still have something up in his sleeves, even after Neji had thrown everything he had at him. And even though he wouldn't admit it, he had to acknowledge that Naruto could have easily won against him if he wasn't disqualified. The knock on the door brought him back to reality and he looked towards the entrance. Come in, he approved as he sat up in the bed, groaning in pain. The door opened and revealed one of his teammates, Tenten. Neji, you just won't learn, do you? The disappointed tone surprised him to no end as Tenten moved towards him in a slow manner. You just won't acknowledge defeat when you see one, do you? You know Naruto was right, but you won't admit it, right? You're too much of a stuck-up prick to actually approve of others. He looked at Tenten with a glare and she glared back. I don't look like you don't know what I'm talking about. She shouted and he flinched slightly. When a person works hard, you insult them. When a person tries their best against you, you shrug them off like they're a piece of dust. Every time it's the same. You won't ever learn. Listen, Tenten, don't even talk to me like you know me. I want you to apologize to Naruto, Hinata-san and Lee. All three of them have been stepped on by you. Even though Naruto was a clear winner, you still stepped on him. She nodded in satisfaction. I wonder if he's seeing anybody. Tenten Neji muttered and got her attention again. I have learned. I'm not satisfied with my victory. I will try talking some sense into the examiner. I want a rematch. You haven't learned at all, I'm trying to say. And after that, I will apologize. He interrupted. But don't you ever try to interrupt me again, Tenten. What's that? Are you acknowledging a loss, are you? The great Hyuga Neji, saying that you were beaten by a no clan, she laughed. What the greatest of the greatest, Hyuga Neji, is acknowledging the fact that he ain't the best piece of meat out there. She continued. I have talked some sense into the man that can have a 20-feet pole fill him. I'm proud of myself. Tenten, shut up. But Naruto. Hinata-san, he groaned, you're lighter than you think, he laughed, half-heartedly. Naruto-kun, please don't cut off the friendship be between us, she sobbed. Oh no, I didn't think they would take it like that. I just wanted to teach them a lesson about not to jump into a fight. Hinata-san, please don't cry. He parted his lips, but no words came out. He tried again, and a faint sound of sorry filled the tension. Hinata wondered. I didn't mean it like that and, he tried to turn around to face her, but it was kind of difficult in their current position. See, could you maybe move a little, he blushed. Sorry, she stuttered and moved to sit down on the ground beside him. Naruto turned around and positioned himself in a sitting way. I mean, I just wanted you guys to know that you did something wrong. He explained. And in a way, I wanted to show you that you don't have to protect me. I'm here to protect you guys. Naruto-kun, we would be burdened if we knew that you have such a huge burden. Please stop this, she cried out. You stuttering, she looked up at him, it was completely gone. I liked your stuttering. Naruto smiled at her as she blushed heavily. I was trying to change it but it's harder than it sounds, she admitted. Well, don't change it then. He moved closer to her and pecked her forehead. Fainting and she blushed a few shades of red, 3-2, but held her head up and tried to fight down the blush. One. He sweat dropped at her motivated expression, but laughed. Naruto-kun, it was a great fight, she praised, but please don't try to kill again. Alright, I promise. And don't you use those jutsus anymore. I promise, he pouted. And please don't try to get revenge again. But, Naruto-kun, she sobbed. Okay, just don't cry. She giggled. With Kiba. Where's Hinata? He wondered as he looked around and then pulled Lee to him. Dude, have you seen Hinata anywhere? I haven't seen the youthful Hinata-san ever since the match started. Lee replied. Kiba sniffed in the air and turned in the direction where Hinata left from. Naruto and Hinata's scent are mixed together. What the hell is Naruto doing to her? He growled and looked down on Akamaru. Let's go, Akamaru. Akamaru barked in agreement as he followed his master. But the cages. This kid seems interesting. So, he's from the Nara clan, huh? Could you tell me about that clan? What are they known for, Hokage-sama? The Kazekage asked. The Nara clan are known for their high intelligence, manipulation of shadows, and the tending of deer, which graze in large areas of the Nara clan forest. The current clan head is Nara Shikaku. He is well known for his extremely high intelligence and is said to be the strongest Nara in the story. The person we're currently watching, fighting your daughter, is his son. Hiruzen replied, with a smile on his face. It seems like he is most likely to become a Chunin, right? So it seems, Kazekage Dono. But Neji and Tenten. I have done the impossible. Neji sweat dropped at Tenten's outburst. I have with highly possibility removed the pole that has been rotting up the great Hyuga Neji's ass. Is it a bird, is it a plane? It's Tenten, the super ninja. Tenten Neji gritted his teeth together in annoyance. I, Tenten, the no clan ninja, have done the most utterly impossible. Neji, is the sky falling? Can a pig fly? A monkey waving while saying with the exact words, hey. Are the trees coming to life to take over the whole world by destroying all humanity? As the door interrupted them, as a man, identified as Hyuga Hiashi, walked in. Hiashi-sama, Neji greeted, politely. Neji Hiashi acknowledged as he looked at Tenten, hinting for her to leave. Oh right, well ladies' rooms are calling, and you know us girls, we can't pee less than 15 minutes. She grinned and walked out. With Naruto. Well, then shall we find some suitable seats? Naruto asked, as he rose from the ground and held out a hand for her. Hinata wondered. Think of it like a date. He grinned. Oh okay, she muttered, embarrassed, and took his hand. With Kiba and Akamaru. When Kiba and Akamaru arrived at Hinata and Naruto's current destination, they almost screamed. Naruto, where do you think your hands are? He yelled. One supporting her on her back and one holding her hand. Why? He replied, casually. Well, let go of her. No. Are you asking for a beating? No. Stop that, you cheeky idiot. Again, no. Would you stop that? I think you know where this is going. Brood, at least let go of Hinata. That's what I have been saying no to all along, idiot. Who's an idiot? Is this like forbidden love or something? You cut off our friendship, you shouldn't even be touching her. Oh, that awkward silence.